Hello everybody and welcome to the United Stand. We're back for a new season. If you're here for the match reaction, the link is in the video description. If you're not, we are here live for the Watchalong. It's the first game of the season. This is where it matters. There's some exciting news about the team news as well coming in. Apparently Paul Pogba is going to be the captain. Pereira starts, Lindelof starts, Bailly starts. We'll have that officially confirmed for you in the next minute or so. If you are having a bet, BetBull, link in the video description, the betting app where everyone bets together. You can basically set yourself up as a tipster or you can follow other people, get on their accumulators. Some great odds for Manchester United at the moment. I'll talk about that in a few more minutes, but the link is in the video description. If you're over 18, do gamble responsibly. BetBull, link in the video description. There's still time for you to get your bets on and follow some really good accumulators within that. So download that. It's available on Android and on iOS or Apple, whatever they call it. I don't know. I haven't got one. But yes, we are awaiting the team news. I'm feeling positive anyway. Tonight is not about transfers. Tonight is about Manchester United versus Leicester City, and I'm very excited to see that game with all of you. And the United Stand Army is in the house, as Tony2266. Pogba should step up as captain in a 3, says Zaim. Well, I got it right, didn't I? What did I do? I did the preview this morning and I said Pogba starts. And I sort of had been told that he was going to start, but it was there pretty easy to predict, really, when you see what Jose Mourinho was going to say. A lot of people say, no, he's not going to start. And lo and behold, he is going to start. So I'm very, very pleased with it. Very, very pleased with that news. And well, it's not official yet, of course. We'll await the official confirmation. But also nice to see Lindelof and Bailly. Nice to see Luke Shaw. We thought we'd see Luke Shaw, to be honest. And Herrera, Pereira in the midfield is very, very important. Leicester are going to win 5-0, says Kyle Gent. I'd be absolutely amazed if that was to happen. Joy Deep says we're going to win. Pog Boom, says Ed Woodward. And I'm going 3-1 United, says DMU. Pogba in the centre if Sanchez is left wing, says Iconic Venom. Lindelof and Bailly excites me. Yes, remember, do smash the like button. We like to get... Paul Gibson says I'm going to go for an optimistic 0-0. Go for 1,000 likes before kickoff. That's what we like to do. But what I would say is, if this team that has been leaked is correct, which I should be able to give you now, yes I can. De Gea in goal, Darmian, Bailly, Lindelof, Shaw, Fred, Pogba, Andres Pereira, Mata, Alexi and Rashford up front, which is what we'd predicted. Subs, Grant, Smalling, Young, Fellaini, McTominay, Martial and Lukaku on the bench. So, yeah, positivity from Jose. Pogba captain. That, for me, is a real positive for Manchester United. A real positive by Jose Mourinho to do that. I'm really pleased with that. I don't know what you lot think, but I'm really, really pleased with that. Paul Pogba has been named Manchester United captain tonight. And yeah, I'm going to get the team up for you very, very quickly. But what I was going to say is... that we are playing the 4-3-3, which I'm not a massive advocate of. I've got to be honest with you. I'm not a massive advocate of that at all. But having said that, Jose Mourinho did not get the centre-back that he wanted. So in them circumstances, what is he supposed to do? So we go 4-3-3. And I'm intrigued to see how that's going to work. That midfield 3 of Pogba, Fred and Pereira is where the excitement is for me. Totally. I'm very, very excited to see how that's going to work. I'm very, very excited to see how Jose Mourinho will indeed let this team play. I suppose that's what I would say. Is he going to let it go? Is he going to let it express itself? It is going to be very interesting to see how we go with that. On top of that, Shaw playing at left back, Lindelof and Bailly, the centre backs. This was something I spoke about as well. Will he allow a consistent centre back pairing to now develop? Phil Jones, Smalling. Well, Smalling was more fit than anybody, and he's not gone with Smalling. So I think that's really, really, really positive from a Manchester United point of view that we haven't done that. That we have actually gone with a team that I mean, to be honest with you, he's more or less picking a team that Manchester United fans would want to see being picked for Manchester United. So, you know, really, really positive with that. Team news then, De Gea, Darmian, Lindelof, Bailly, Luke Shaw, Pereira, Pogba, Fred, Sanchez, Mata, Rashford. It's as good as it gets. It's as good as it gets for Manchester United. And I'm very, very pleased with it. I've got to be honest with you. And, you know, we need that positivity going into this new season. We need something to grab hold of. This is only ever going to be 3 points. This is only ever going to be 3 points for Manchester United. But what a 3 points it really could be. We get this done and it gives us some impetus going into the start of the season. So, yeah, very, very, very intrigued to see how this is going to work for Manchester United tonight and going forward. So let's take some of your comments. But yeah, Paul Pogba is captain as well. For those people who have joined us a little bit late, Paul Pogba, Manchester United captain, absolutely fantastic news, and lots and lots to be happy with in relation to the team. I believe. I think it's there is positives there to be had for everybody. So let me just do that. I'm juggling a little bit here today, as people may be well aware. Right, Luke Shaw should cross more, says Zedri. Well, what I like about this team, if I'm totally honest with people, is that you've got Luke Shaw. He can bomb forward and put that natural cross in. Darmian, he can get to the halfway line and just keep going backwards and forwards. Lindelof can play a pass out of the back. Bay's very competitive. Pereira is always looking for these sort of passes here. Pogba and Fred can bomb forward. Rashford can spin. Mata's going to come in here, and Sanchez should have the freedom of there. What we might do is try and put Pogba here, because that's where he was good for France, to stop him getting in the way of Alexis Sanchez there. So that's not going to happen as much. But I'm very intrigued to see how we're going to do. We've had a super chat from Everyday Gamer HD. Thank you there. And Manix SJ says, we can send a message to the rest of the league tonight. He's starting off right with Pogba as captain. Only worry is Shaw. He needs to have a big game. There's nobody else other than Luke Shaw, so I agree with that. Just a reminder of the bench. Grant, Smalling, Young, Fellaini, McTominay, Martial, Lukaku. No Phil Jones, who did come back early from training, from his summer break. No Phil Jones. But I'm just about to get you the team news up now. So, Manchester United team news. I'm reading the live comments while I'm doing this. Team news, Diwash. I'm just typing it out now for you, so I can do it as I'm doing it. But we've all been talking about it. De Gea, Darmian, Bailly, Lindelof, Shaw, Pereira, Pogba, Fred, Mata, Sanchez, Rashford. Subs, Grant, Smalling, Fellaini, McTominay, Lukaku. There is another one. Who was the other subs? Who was the other sub? Who was the other substitute in this massive game for Manchester United tonight? McTominay, Martial, of course. Martial and Young. I forget. I mean, that's a positive. Even that's a positive that we've got Martial on the bench as well. So that's going up for you now. There we go. Bish bash bosh. Going along the bottom of the screen. Accuracy. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. Darmian is at right back. Yeah. So team news is going on the bottom of the screen there. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. Let's take some of your comments. Hoping that if this team works, he sticks with it with just a few changes, says Yasha Vora. Well, yeah. The most important thing. Well, let's just have a look at the Leicester team. Harry Maguire starts for them as well. I didn't see if Vardy's starting, but we'll soon get some clarification on that for you. Jose Mourinho looking quite positive as he walked into Old Trafford there. But the Leicester team, I don't like how they do it on Twitter, but Schmeichel in goal, Amati, Morgan, Maguire, Chilwell, Ndidi, Silva, Ricardo, Maddison, Gray, Iheanacho. No place for Jamie Vardy, not even on the bench, which is a little bit odd. Maybe he's got a bit of an injury. I don't know, but no Jamie Vardy for them. But they have got Iheanacho. Remember him? Apparently he's better than Rashford. I think Leicester will give us a little bit of a game, but I'm going confident tonight with Manchester United. Jose Mourinho looking quite confident as well. Looking like a man who actually has maybe kept his cards very close to his chest on the summer. We've got Victor Lindelof and we've got Eric Bailly. Tick. We've got Luke Shaw at left back. For a lot of people, tick. We've got Pereira, Fred and Pogba, which I think can be our best midfield three. Tick. You've got Rashford playing up front. Doesn't get many chances. Tick. You've got Sanchez on the left, back after a summer off. Tick. And Matt is probably our best option to play on that right midfield as well. Martial on the bench. Tick. So we've got lots and lots of things to be positive about. Obviously, that is only the team news that's come in. We've also got to start thinking about how are we going to play this game? Are we going to give it a proper go? Are we going to really be expansive? Missy Lingard says Martial or Sanchez. Martial or Rashford? Well, I think in the circumstances, it was always going to be Marcus Rashford because Anthony Martial had some time off, didn't he? But I am very, very, very pleased with that lineup. I am very, very comfortable with how we might be approaching this game, and I hope with all my Manchester United heart that we can go out and put out a really good result tonight, because it's important that we do that. We've got a real opportunity to go and express ourselves in this game, and I suspect that we will do. I've got a funny feeling that we will. We started last season very, very well. Very, very well indeed. We were 4-0 FC, and maybe we can do that. Thanks to the World Cup, we finally get a fan-preferred lineup. Time to be positive, says Mustafa Hamada. I said this before. If Lindelof and Bailly start, if Pogba starts, if Pereira starts, what have we really got to complain about that team? There is no Fellaini, there is no Chris Smalling, there is no Phil Jones, there is no Jesse Lingard. You know, Darmian, who else could play at right back, to be honest? Valencia's injured. Dalot's injured. Fosu Mensah's gone on loan to Fulham, which I think, hopefully, if he plays first-team football, is good for him. Darmian's a weak spot, but there is nobody else. But apart from that, I'm very, very happy with it. 2 or 3-0, says Victor Simeonov tonight. I'm going to go with 3-1, which was my score prediction. Martial, Lingard, Lukaku can be super subs and make an impact, says Sander. I don't think Lingard's actually on the bench. Do you think we will play attacking football then? Says Chris Klinger. I think that Manchester United have got to go tonight and try and get this crowd up. I do think that even if we won 4-0 tonight, I wouldn't be talking about league titles or anything like that, because we did do that last season, and I will judge this season on October time. If we've started seasons really well, there's no reason why we shouldn't start this season. But what I will choose to do is to be positive about what Manchester United are going to try and do. Jose Mourinho didn't get the signings he wanted to get. Let's be honest. Worst bench ever, says Bio20. Well, it's not a great bench, but Jose Mourinho didn't get the players that he wanted this summer. Let's be honest about that. He's not been backed. We don't really know the reasons why. Were his targets too old? Did the club not want to back him? Who knows what the truth is? But we know the truth right now. The season kicks off in 50 minutes' time. We're at home to Leicester City. 3 points at stake. The first time we've played for 3 points in 3 months. And a brand new season, a fresh start. Jose Mourinho said himself, nothing has really changed. Dalot's come in for Blind because he can play right back and left back. Fred has come in for Carrick, and the goalkeeper has come in so that Pereira can go on loan, the other goalkeeper. So Manchester United, in Jose Mourinho's words, nothing's really changed from last season. So what we need to change this season is the things I was on about in the preview. Leadership. Pogba can give us that leadership. Great. Philosophy. Well, we're going to find out in 50 minutes' time if we're going to try and play a more pressing, quicker game of football. We've certainly got the players to do it. Consistency of selection. For me, it's the centre-backs. Bailly and Lindelof start tonight. Start them in the next game. Consistency of selection. Or, when Phil Jones is back fit, will Lindelof drop and we go back to the same mistakes as last season? Passion. Passion is very important. Will we get some passion from Manchester United? And, press, attack, entertain. These are things that Jose Mourinho, if he changes those 5 things from last season, we will improve. Will it be enough? I don't know. But we will improve. Why put Rashford? Why not Martial? Please, Rashford, prove me wrong, says Dilpreet. Well, to be fair, Marcus Rashford is the fittest striker we have at Manchester United at this moment in time. Lukaku's just come back from the World Cup, and Martial, because he went for the birth of his child, didn't train for a week. So Rashford's the right one. Why don't we make a new Trafford, says Tac Games. How about tactics, fast-paced playing football, says Sander NWE. That's what we want to see. His targets were probably 40 years old, going for 50 million, says Mohamed Salman. Pogba as captain is the best, says Mehul Saini. And need to bleed for the shirt, says Night Whisper, which I totally agree with. I like the lineup. Pogba captain is a nice touch, says Wilf. And the one thing I'm confused with is why did Mourinho sign a new contract if the board aren't backing him, says Edmund Alua. Look, my feeling is with Bailly and Lindelof starting, and with Pogba captain as well, with Pereira playing, it just feels like Jose is looking at the fans it looks like he's taking on board what Manchester United's all about. And that could be massive. Look, I'm not going to jump the gun. I don't want to be one of them bandwagon fans who the first team sheet of the season, the first performance of the season, we start saying everything has changed. Jose Mourinho played very good football for 2 months last season. We went to Leicester, we parked the bus, and we could never switch back to the good football again. So, even if we smash teams for the first 5-6 games, what happens when we do go away to someone like Liverpool or Chelsea or City? If we park the bus again, do we become what Jose's done over the last 2 years? So it's going to be really interesting. Let's see it. Let's see if he delivers on the pitch. I'm just putting a tweet out as well. But it just shows you, doesn't it? We're not a fickle bunch, Manchester United fans. We've had a horrible summer. We had a horrible end to the season. People don't moan for the hell of it. Sean Bordner says, Luke Shaw must know how much this game determines the rest of his season. Also, do you honestly think Lukaku can win the Golden Boot? If not him, who? Well, you've got Aguero, haven't you? So, 2008, 17-18... 21 first 7 games, 47 last 31 games. That's goals. So it just shows you how it can swing. That's from Virgil Hainsey, and he is spot on. Excited to watch Pogba, Pereira and Fred, says RK Bartha. Yes, I was going to say that, definitely. But going back to what I was going to say before, this is it's a massive game for Manchester United tonight. Of course it is. If he sets the tone, I think Jose Mourinho is exactly the thing to do. Manix SJ says, can you do a fan meetup or live show in Dublin? Definitely got that in the pipeline, mates. Definitely got that in the pipeline. What's my opinion on Manchester City signing Azani? Says Wayo767. I don't want to talk about Man City much, but anybody who was watching the World Cup in Australia will know that this lad's got really great potential, and it's sort of gone under the radar. But it's a very, very good signing for Manchester United, and one that I'm really, really interested to see what happens with it. Let's have a swig of the beer. So, do you think the Glazers will confuse, colonise Mars by 2030, says Jay BLB96. Well, a bit funny. You don't read my comments anymore, says MVS Abhishek. Well, we get quite a few comments, don't we? We need Pereira to play deep line playmaker for us, not defensive midfielder, says Kyle Gent. Well, that midfield three, hopefully, is going to be very, very pragmatic and very dynamic, and I think that's going to be really important for United. Lovely midfield, says Ash87. What about... I hope De Gea keeps his name up, not like in the World Cup, says the Casanova. We'll see the real De Gea in a Manchester United shirt. Of that, I have no doubt. This team is better than any Liverpool starting 11, says Mohamed Nassim. And if you was the board and you buy 2 defenders last year and the manager came to you this window and say we need one more, I would ask what's wrong with your signings last year, says Lars Magnusson. Yeah, quite interesting. Fred Debut says Harish Kumar. However, Sanchez must be paying central instead of Rashford. Must have. Savic would have been such a great addition, says Ryan68. And what's up with Lingard? I don't know. I mean, Lingard, I thought he would make the bench. Maybe his fitness levels aren't that good. Remember, some of these players only started training last Monday. So Pogba has really come back. I mean, come on, let's applaud Paul Pogba for a moment. Not only is he Manchester United's captain tonight, which he has been given before, but he was only back in training on Monday. So it's amazing that he's starting the game. I think he's the only player actually who has come back on Monday and he's actually starting. I think I'm right in saying that. Shaw, Darmian, yes. Fred, Pereira, Mata, Sanchez, Rashford. Yeah, so Pogba's the only player who's come back from the World Cup on Monday and he's involved in the game tonight. So fantastic. Not only that, he's captain as well. Yes, we've got Fellaini and Lukaku on the bench who've come back as well. But massive achievement by Paul Pogba and really, really pleased about it. So look, as things stand at the moment, it's a very good team, says Gary Reid. As good as any City team. It's on paper, Manchester United can deliver teams that are fantastic. Of course they can. But it's not just about that, is it? It's about whether they can deliver the football that we want. I mean, Jack Parry is clapping his hands for Pogba, which is great. I want to see the real Paul Pogba. We'll be talking about that in a moment. But as things stand at the moment, 40 minutes to kick off, and I can't find any faults with that team. I can't find any faults with it at all. I think Jose Mourinho has delivered on many, many levels, and I'm very, very excited to see whether that team delivers what we want it to deliver, because that's what we want, isn't it? Anyway, link in the video description for BetBull. Link in the video description for that. If you are somebody who fancies a bet, the football season is now upon us. You've got to be over 18. Do gamble responsibly. The way BetBull works is once you sign up, it's on Android and it's on iOS, Apple. You don't bet alone on BetBull. Effectively, there are a load of tipsters on there who you can see their success rate on betting. You can have a look at their accumulators and you can jump on and have a bet, or you can set yourself up and do it that way. It's totally and utterly for you. So yeah, absolutely fantastic. Link in the video description. Obviously, you got Manchester United there. Manchester United versus Leicester. You can get on there if you want. Arsenal, Man City, if you fancy that. Somebody there. I turned 539 into 3,000 using my opening weekend ACCA. Lots and lots of people you can follow as well. And as somebody says here, 4,900 was shared by 39 people who backed my Euro Footy ACCA. There are people you can follow on there. You can see their success rate with their betting. Some really, really good accumulators on there. If anybody's on Twitter, you get people like Tipster Charlie and that who are quite good, who put bets out and they have a good success rate. But BetBull is your app for that, where you can see people's consistency. Download it. Link in the video description. If you are somebody who fancies a bet, get on the BetBull app. So, Paul Pogba. Let's talk about Paul Pogba for a moment. I nailed it with the lineup, did I? Love you, man, says Vivek Verma. I was one out, wasn't I? I said, no, I was 2 out. I said, no, come on, credit where it's due, but I only got 9. I said he'd play Smalling, and I said he'd play Lukaku. This is the team I would have gone with, though. I would have played Rashford up front, and I would have played Lindelof. So, but, you know, not bad. Daniel Alexander says, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Albert Einstein, expect a parking of the bus today, #reality. Daniel, I can't disagree with you. I am hopeful and believe we'll see a different Manchester United tonight. What you've got to do is, I was speaking to somebody at Sky Sports about this yesterday who was a Manchester United fan, and we were talking about it and we were saying that the reality is Manchester United last season, we stuffed a lot of teams 4-0, but actually it was 1-0 for a long time. They opened up in the last 20 minutes to try and get the goal and we hurt them. What I want to see is 2 halves from United. We're always one half a team, aren't we? So what we want to see is a full half, a full 90 minutes from United. Been watching since the Pogba summer and I've watched nearly every show since. Keep up the good work. Pogba captain, Pereira, come on United, says Matt Myers. I must say, from a personal point of view, I don't know how you lot feel, but from a personal point of view, this is very exciting. Paul Pogba, I've always been a big fan of his. Captain, I think he showed in the World Cup that he can be a leader. I hope he's in that dressing room tonight. I hope Jose Mourinho looked at those videos of the dressing room of the World Cup where Pogba's round, getting everybody up. You can't not do that. So hopefully Mourinho has seen that and he will use that. Andreas Pereira, if you've been watching the United stand for 3 weeks, 3 months, 6 months, whatever, you'll know I've been on about Pereira for 3 years. We've been doing this. I think he's a great player and I'm so pleased that he's going to get his opportunity in a Premier League game from minute 1 tonight. Fred, I've got a feeling about Fred. I think Fred will be a very good player. Luke Shaw. I like Luke Shaw. I don't think he did himself any favours in the US tour, but Jose Mourinho likes him again. He starts tonight. Ashley Young is on the bench, so Luke Shaw's probably only got this game before Ashley Young comes back into the team. So Luke Shaw needs to put in a fantastic performance tonight to hopefully keep Ashley Young out of the team, because I think Ashley Young at left back means you can't win the Premier League. Lindelof and Bailly. This is the centre-back pairing that most Manchester United fans wanted to see. We've got it. Let's see if they can deliver tonight. So there's so much to be pleased about. And even, last season, a lot of us were saying, Lukaku starting every game. When's Rashford going to get his chance up front? And Marcus Rashford's going to get his chance up front tonight. So there is a lot, and there is a lot to be really, really, really pleased with Manchester United tonight. This will be interesting, says A. Paul. Not a bad lineup at all, says Stephen Withers. Mark's cheering me up now. Had an awful day, says Samuel Rowe. What do you expect from our centre-back duo, says Shahrukh. Well, I'll talk about them for a moment. Look, I don't expect Lindelof and Bailly to be the next Vidic and Ferdinand or Bruce and Pallister tonight. But what I do think they need is consistent selection. to be allowed to make the odd mistake, to be playing 10 games together and build a partnership. That's how you do it. What I don't want to see is them have an okay game tonight and then he brings Phil Jones back in. That's not what we need to see happening. Too bad MUFC owners don't share the enthusiasm of the fans, says Jeff Doherty. Well, we won't forget that, will we? We won't forget that. The club, for whatever reason, have not delivered Jose Mourinho a left-back, a centre-back or a right midfielder. And maybe that's going to cost us later in the season. But I suggest we just take every game as it comes. Every game as it comes. And tonight, that is a lineup that we are all very, very pleased with. Let's see what it can do. Let's see what it can do tonight. That's all we can do. That's all we can do. Walrus Productions is currently on holiday in Croatia. I'm watching this video to keep up with United's progress. Welcome. Enjoy your holiday. Mark, does it mean Man United will spend a lot in the January market, says Daniel Quisby. I don't think Jose Mourinho, by his own admission over the last 2 years, is a big fan of the January transfer window. And the January transfer window is... well, look, why should we sign anybody in the January transfer window? We saw what happened with Alexis Sanchez, one of the best players of the last few years in the Premier League. Couldn't adjust. And we've seen it over year on year. Even when we bought Vidic and Everett in January, they didn't start well till the next season. So January transfer window signings are not good. They're not good. We will have fan cams tonight. Flex is there. That's going to be very interesting. Hopefully there will be some positives. Timo is on holiday in Italy. A lot of people on holiday. I've just got back from mine as well. When does the Champions League draw come out, says Fejen? I don't know, but I'm sure somebody in the live comments can let you know about that. I bought Rashford on FIFA. He scored 4 on his debut within 20 minutes, says Stella Fella. And of course he's our new number 10, says Haber Jackson. So we've got a new number 10 tonight. Let's hope he can score a couple of goals as well. I've got a funny feeling, and it's only a feeling, that Manchester United are going to go out there and express themselves tonight. It doesn't mean a lot, but it means 3 points. And it means some positivity after a rubbish summer. Of course, it doesn't matter if we win 1-0 or 4-0. If we lose, that's not good. But if we scrape a 1-0 win, it doesn't mean we're in for a disaster season. If we win 4-0, it doesn't mean we're going to win the title either. It's just one of them things. It's one of them things. And we've just got to take it for what it is. But I'm very pleased with the team. Team looks exciting, says Waka Kiani. 31st of August, somebody just said there that is the Champions League draw. He might not like the January transfer window, but he may have to, depending on our situation. Do I think Sanchez will shine this season, says Frank M. I think Alexis Sanchez, very important player for Manchester United. Very important player. He's got to deliver. He has to deliver. But as much as we talk about Jose Mourinho and what an important season it is for him, let's not forget it's a very important season for Paul Pogba. Mourinho and Pogba sort of parallel each other in some ways, don't they? Because Mourinho... at times good, at times poor, and a very important third season. Paul Pogba, at times brilliant, at times very inconsistent. Very important third season. When I think about Paul Pogba, I think Manchester City, second half, brilliant. Arsenal away in November, brilliant, although he got sent off. But then I think West Brom at home, disappeared. Newcastle, disappeared. This is a massive season for Paul Pogba. There's talk of not a great relationship with him and Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho, if that's true, could have compounded that. Could have been, I'm not interested. What he's done is he's brought him back. He's only been back training for 3 days. He's publicly said, massively impressed with Paul Pogba's attitude. There's the captaincy. So it's over to you, Paul Pogba now. This isn't on Jose Mourinho. This is on Paul Pogba. You've been given this opportunity. Let's go and grab this opportunity from Manchester United. Connor Check says, thoughts on Darmian? Look, there's nobody else to play at right back. Fosu Mensah has gone to Fulham. Valencia is injured. Dalot is injured. We've got nobody else to play at right back. Yeah, you could put Phil Jones there. Yeah, you could put Lindelof there. But at the bottom line is, I worry about Darmian. I would like to see Darmian leave. But this is a player that only played 8 times last season. Why is he still at the club? Well, he's still at the club because Manchester United have not made the signings that Jose Mourinho wanted to make. There is nobody else, so I'll cut Darmian some slack tonight. If he makes the mistake that costs us the goals or costs us the game, then that, in itself may not be so surprising. But it is what it is. We go with what we've got. That's all we can do, really. And I hope that he can, I hope that he does well. I really do. But it is what it is, isn't it? With Darmian, it is what it is, and we go with what we've got. We go with what we've got, and we give it our best shot. And I don't think anybody really would have anything massively negative to say about that. Do you think... Yeah, we've done that one. Mark, yeah, Rojo changed his name. Jose's looking positive, says Ragul N, which I think I would agree with. It's good. It's good. 5th place finish and a new manager with money to spend, says Stefan. I must admit, that feels a long way off at the moment. I don't know how a lot of you feel, but that does feel a long way off at the moment with Jose and the team that he's selected. Of course, in an hour's time of this game, we might be the same old United. You know, how many times have we been positive about a lineup and only to be let down? How many times have we been negative about a lineup only to be let down? This happens. We'll have to just wait and see what happens with it. Let's see if we can get 1,000 likes before kickoff. And also, please do share the video. There's a share button underneath it. If you are on Twitter and Facebook, really appreciate everybody who shares it on Twitter and Facebook. In fact, if you share it on Twitter, I'll come on to the video later on afterwards because I can see who has shared it, and I'll make sure that every one of you get a like. So please do that. And if you are new to the channel, please do subscribe. If you are new to the United Stand, we are live for every Manchester United game. We are live afterwards with the fan cams. We've got match reactions. We're live every night at 8 o'clock. We do previews, tactics, debrief, which I'll be doing at 11 a.m. UK time tomorrow. So there's loads and loads of opportunities to get involved. And obviously we're always live, so we're always interacting with you on the live comments. Yeah, Sophie will be back on the Sunday show, as Matthew McFadden says. She's been on holiday and stuff. Thoughts on Mata at right wing? Should we play 4-3-1-2 instead, says Joshua Tan. Look, we don't know how we're going to line up, but what I want to see from Manchester United tonight is if you've got Luke Shaw here, we know Darmian's not going to really bomb forward much, but Luke Shaw up and in with the natural cross. Rashford, Pogba, Fred getting in the box, Pereira running the midfield, Lindelof stepping out, Bailly the strong man at the back, and Lindelof's got to be finding these passes. This is where Lindelof's really important, finding the passes from deep. Pogba, is he going to be here? Is Pogba going to be here, and is Sanchez going to be here, and is their heat map going to share the same space, which is so problematic? Or are we going to see something a little bit different? Maybe we'll see Pogba there, like he was for France. Let Fred do that, and Sanchez there, and then Pogba can get forward. Sanchez can come inside. But what I would really like to see is some discipline from Alexis Sanchez. Some discipline. If he's on the left-hand side, use the left-hand side. What if Sanchez is up front and Rashford's on the left? I don't know. We'll wait and see what the team's going to be. The new dressing room does look very, very nice indeed. Any transfers in the winter window, says Carl Daras. Look, I know a lot of people like transfers. We do the transfer daily. We do the transfer shows through the summer on the United Stand. I'm a massive fan of transfers. I must admit I feel quite exhausted with them this season, if I'm totally honest. I'm just parking transfers for now. I still think they'll be relevant at some point. Of course they will. But we can't sign anybody now. We can only sell players. We can't sign anybody. So I think we go with what we've got. We're Manchester United, and we either wallow in the negativity of not getting the signings that we needed, or we go again. And we fight hard. And I think that we've hit 1,000 likes, so we're going to win tonight. I'm going for 3-1. I just think that if we'd made the signings we've made, we'd give ourselves a better chance the signings we wanted, we'd have had a better chance of winning this title. We can win the title. It would take a miracle, as I said yesterday. But we've just got to take every game as it comes. There are dangers in that United squad. Phil Jones is still going to play games. That's dangerous. Some would say Smalling's going to play games. That's dangerous. I don't mind Smalling, but everyone's got a different opinion. Ashley Young's probably going to be our left back. That is dangerous. Marion Fellaini stayed at the club. He's probably going to play 30 games a season. That is dangerous. So there are issues within that team. But what I hope to see is that Pogba grabs the opportunity. Pogba grabs the opportunity because we all love him. I can see him on the pitch now, clapping the ground. We want to see the real Paul Pogba. We want to see this lad Pereira really performing. We want to see Fred coming through. What we need to see from that midfield is a better midfield. I felt that last season United's midfield was the weakest point. I know people talk about left back, centre back, and yeah, I sort of agree. But so many teams cut through us like a hot knife through butter. We were too slow, we were too tall, we were too static. Matic, McTominay, Fellaini getting passed all over the park. That midfield there, Pogba, Fred and Pereira, low centre of gravity. Pogba, I know he's tall, but he can get around. Fred and Pereira can get around. Quick movers of the ball. It's a different midfield to last season. I think Jose needs to go with this midfield a lot more. I'm sure when Matic is fit, he loves Matic, he'll play him. But when Fellaini's fit, he's got to be going with Pereira and Fred. Fellaini, for me, has got to be a last 20-minute option. Chuck him on in a more advanced position. Hi, Mark. I really appreciate the positivity for once. Let's go into this match with the best we can. Let's hope it's our game. Glory Man United's paradox. Look, at the end of the day, SB is right. Sanchez needs to stop coming deep, make more runs behind the defence, stay wide and connect with Pogba. I agree with that. At the end of the day, if we can't be positive before the start of the first game of the season, when can we be positive? It's the only time we're going to be level with Man City, probably. I joke, but it could be. I mean, what have Man City done to be any worse than last season? They're probably going to be better. Liverpool could be better. Chelsea, I think, will be better. Spurs, you know, they're a good team. So this might be the only time that we are within reach of those clubs. Who knows how well it's going to go or how bad it's going to go. So we've got to be positive. We've got to start the season and give it our best shot. But there, you know, the funny thing is, Mourinho is not able to play his best team tonight because he hasn't got Young, he hasn't got Jones, he hasn't got Matic. But in some ways, I think it's a better team than Jose would pick. And I'm very intrigued to see how it does tonight. And if it does well tonight, will he stick with that team? Or will he go back to what he knows? We've got to see it. Zed Jamie says, I fear that when Matic is back, McTominay and Fellaini will be his options on the bench and Pereira will be left out. Well, yes and no. You never know till it happens, Zed Jamie, but the reality is McTominay is on the bench tonight and Pereira's starting. So if he loves McTominay, he could have played McTominay tonight. John Sherrill says Dalot is considered to be a left-back, Mark. He's a right-footed left-back, but I think he's more of a right-back. But the honest answer is no one really knows a lot about Dalot, and if they do, if they say they do, they're a liar, really. Pereira, the controller, says Sam Edge. Massive game for him. The great thing is there's so many eyes to keep on the team tonight. Sanchez, Lindelof and Bailly, Pereira, Pogba, Fred, Luke Shaw, Rashford. You know, really, really lots to be keeping an eye on. I mean, we've not even spoken about De Gea. Best goalkeeper in the world for me. We've not really spoken about Leicester. Harry Maguire, what could have been? I'd certainly be keeping my eyes on him. I think, you know, I said yesterday I would have had Harry Maguire at Manchester United. I do like him, but it's not to be. It's not to be. Leicester are weaker after losing Mahrez. Let's not forget that, says Jashan. Fred will run the midfield along with Pereira and Pogba will create. I hope so. If Pogba's going to be the creator, then Sanchez needs to be out of his way. Jose isn't even capable of admitting his mistakes to himself. He will stick with what he believes this season, says Zotti Moon. Look, the reality is this team tonight, whatever it achieves tonight, it's just one game. But what we want to see is some positivity. As I said, we did win 4-0 a lot at the start of last season, but we never really played 90 minutes. We'd get in front and we'd blast teams at the end. We need to see Manchester United playing for 90 minutes. Shantana says, Pogba captain is tactical. Cajoling move to get him on United's side. Mata or De Gea should be the captain. I would put Harry Maguire in for Lindelof, says Man United fanboy. Part of me thinks that if we got that other centre-back, would we have played a 3-5-2? That's what I would like to have seen, but it isn't to be. It isn't to be. Oh, God, I've just realised something. Let me... No, it's okay. It's okay. This is the best United midfield, says Jake Bullman. And can't wait for the new season, says Cal Hopkins. Vardy's not playing Priest Puncher. He's not even on the bench for Leicester. So really buzzing for Manchester United, to be honest with you. I can't wait for this game. Buzzing with the team. Number 10, Araman. Rashford. But Leicester are a bit of an unknown quantity. They're an experienced Premier League club. They're going to come and give us a go. Of course they are. So, let's see what we can deliver today. Mine's saying the name of the app that you use says Manchester Eggs. I don't actually have one at the moment, but one I have used is SofaScore. Mark, thoughts on playing Sanchez down the middle and Rashford on the wing? It would solve Sanchez getting in Pogba's way. That's from RBP87. Well, I did speak about that a moment ago, and we might do that. Apparently, Vardy is on the bench, so I obviously can't read, because when I looked at Leicester City's Twitter feed and looked at their lineup, I couldn't see him. Oh, it's because I'm blind. I've read it. When you normally see the strikers at the end. Vardy is on the bench with Johnny Evans, Albrighton, Ebora, Fuchs, Gazai and Ward. But they got some good players, Watford. I certainly think their midfield is going to be combative against ours. But this is what we want. We want to be tested. And Guy Griffiths says United have a good enough squad to do well this season, especially with this lineup. Just need support from Jose. Thanks, Mark. Love the channel. Thanks, Guy. Marcus, are you there?
How are we doing, buddy? You all right?
Yeah, good. Good, feeling positive. What about you?
Oh, yes, definitely. I wasn't feeling positive this afternoon, but now I've seen the team, most definitely. Most definitely. Absolutely phenomenal midfield. The centre-back partnership is what we've all wanted to see for a very long time. Hopefully, it all goes to plan tonight and 3 points on the board.
Yeah, good. Just saying there about Leicester, we don't know what to expect from Leicester, but they're not a bad side. But what's your score prediction?
Well, this afternoon, like I say, I was talking to Rodney this afternoon. I went 2-1, but after seeing the lineup, I'm going to go 3-0. I think the midfield is where it's at tonight. I'm so excited about that midfield three. We spoke about it on the pre-season, that this could potentially be the starting midfield for the Premier League season. I think if Pereira does well tonight, I think he's got to be one of the first names on the team sheet, I think, for me.
Definitely.
Excelled in pre-season, absolutely phenomenal talent, and finally he's got his chance in a Premier League game.
Look, apparently I said Watford. Obviously, I mean Leicester. There's not a lot of difference between them. They're the same. They're the same sort of opposition, aren't they? And I mean that's something I would take from this Premier League as well. I mean, just very quickly, Karen Banzai has made a contribution. He says, "Are you glad the board didn't spend on 30-year-olds?" Well, I'm going to ask Marcus about the transfer window very quickly anyway. But the reality is, look, if you're talking about 30-year-olds, I didn't want Willian and I didn't want Boateng. And if that's who Jose Mourinho wanted, I sort of do agree with the board. But what did you think about that transfer window, Marcus?
In one word, shambolic. It was really, really poor. I mean, when you're linked to 5 centre-backs and you don't get one of them, you've got to be asking questions. Us as fans have got to be asking questions, whether it's of Mourinho, whether it's of Woodward or the Glazers. Someone's accountable for that. But, to flip the coin, we don't know the targets that Mourinho gave Woodward. Were they 29, 30-year-olds, all of them? I saw the thing today about 100 million for Varane. It didn't go through. The Glazers and Woodward were afraid that Mourinho was wasting the money. So, yeah, I mean, it was very, very, very strange. Very strange. Manchester United are known for bringing in top talent in these transfer windows in the summer, and to only come out of it really with Fred and Dalot, and obviously Grant is you got to say it's disappointing. It is disappointing, but the positivity is back because of the team he's put out tonight. And Pogba as captain, it's time to step up and show now what he can do.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree with that. I don't know whether we're getting a bit of lag here because my computer's just suddenly gone very slow. If it has, let me know in the live comments. But
That's all right for me, mate.
good.
I'm watching you.
Good. So what are we thinking at home? Get your live comments in and give us your thoughts. Very interesting season ahead. What's your thought? I mean, I said this afternoon my prediction is third in the league, quarterfinals of the Champions League, Carabao Cup win. That's my prediction for the season. What is your prediction at home, and what is your prediction, Marcus? Because reality is, if we win 10-0 or 1-0 tonight, that doesn't mean we're going to win the league. We've had good seasons in the past.
Yeah, I mean, let's not forget what happened last season. You know, we went on a run of winning 4-0, and look what happened towards Christmas, and it sort of pleated out. You know, we were so far behind City. It was almost as if we just gave up way before the season end. So, but I think this season, with the transfer window, I mean, City they've not really got rid of anyone. They've only added to the squad in Mahrez. Obviously, a certain other team in red have done quite a few signings. But I would say, I think it's going to be the same as last season, mate, to be honest. I think we'll finish second in the league, quarterfinals, Champions League, and I'm going to say FA Cup instead of the Carabao Cup, because Jose's already won the Carabao Cup at United.
Yeah. Look. All I'll say is I'll love it. I will absolutely love it if I am wrong about Manchester United and we do win the league. And of course we can win the league. I'm not saying that we can't do that. I just think that, as Jose said, we've not improved. The team is the same as it was last year in relation to squad. Fred replaces Carrick. But having said that, we still came second last year. And I personally just think that there are a lot of things that Jose Mourinho can do to make us better. Let us play freer. Let us play with a leader like Pogba. Let's have some consistency, especially in the centre-backs. Let's play more expansive. Let's show more passion. Let's show more positivity. Let's excite the fans more. And all those things could be done by the manager. Now, there's a lot of fans who don't believe that Jose can ever change. But if he did do that, and as Jeff Doherty says, Jose needs to stay positive and just coach the squad to be the best of his ability and everything will be all right. And I agree with that. If he's positive, and, tonight he looked happy. He spoke to the Sky before the game. He got off the bus. He looked happy. Fans will be happy. I mean, as I said, you get these people going, where's all this negativity coming from? Well, it's been coming from the manager. So we just go with let's see what the players do on the pitch. That's always going to be the gauge for all Manchester United fans. And I don't know. We've always struggled to do 90 minutes. How many times have we said it? We have a good half and then a bad half, or a bad half then a good half. And it'd be nice just to see United tonight go and play in a different way. And that's what a lot of people were talking about before you came on, Marcus. Yeah. It is the 4-3-3. We know traditionally the 4-3-3 under Jose means sitting back, not pressing, not moving the ball very quickly. Do you think we will see a different way of playing football under Mourinho this season, or do you think we'll just be stuck with the same?
I think we're going to see a different way. I honestly do. We've lost Michael Carrick, who was primarily a centre defensive midfielder. We replaced him with Fred, who's more of an attacking midfielder. So I think, you got to look at the positives tonight as well. The players that were fit, you've got Smalling, you've got Jones, Fellaini, McTominay. He could have quite easily played it safe and gone with all four of them. Especially
Smalling, I think you're right. Exactly. I expected him to start.
Yeah. We know Bailey's had a couple of niggling injuries on pre-season. McTominay's played quite a few games in the pre-season. We know his love affair with Fellaini. And we know obviously what Phil Jones is like as well. So he could have quite easily gone with Smalling and Jones, Fellaini, McTominay, and possibly Pogba in that midfield three, and he would have played them three probably all as centre defensive midfielders. It wouldn't have been quick. It would have been the slow, boring play that we are accustomed to throughout the last two seasons. But he hasn't. He's gone with the youth in terms of Pereira. He's gone with Pogba. He's gone with Fred. That's an exciting midfield three. It's a dynamic midfield three. It's got everything in there. It's got all the potential in the world. We just need to see it executed on the pitch.
Definitely. Scott Damsel says, I hope this midfield three works. I'm with you, mate. And we can keep a centre-back pair for the season. I'm with you again. And maybe find a way to keep Martial and Alexi in a starting level. I'm with you again. Hat-trick. You know, I think, yeah. Martial's on the bench as well. So, look, I don't know. Look, it's speculation. But apparently Pogba and Mourinho don't get on. Pogba's back 3 days. He's captain and starting. Apparently Martial and Mourinho don't get on. Martial's on the bench when he could have put Lingard on there. So, look, if Jose's got to go with what he's got, maybe someone has had a word with him. Maybe he's had a word with himself and gone, right, look, I don't want another... the thing that people never say, and I don't say it enough, is we're all going, we can't win this league, right? Jose Mourinho's one of the best winners out there. Do you think he's sat in his hotel room away from his family going, I can't win this league? He wants to win this league. So he will do everything he can within that. I'm sure he's massively disappointed. He hasn't been delivered with the players that he's got. But I hope to see a different Jose Mourinho. I don't want to see, after every game or every press conference, him moaning about not getting the players. We know that. Park it. We know it. We're not stupid. Yeah. United fans aren't stupid. We've got you back on that. You didn't get backed. But we've still got 38 games to play. We've still got to deliver. We've still got good players. Let's go and be the best we can be with what we've got. And I think that's the only message we can put out, Marcus.
Yeah, most definitely. And, there is no negativity at the minute. I mean, with the way, the only negative aspects that we can concentrate on is the transfer window. But the transfer window is now shut. He didn't get backed, like you said. We park it now. It's done. It's dusted. It's history. Let's get on with what we've got. Let's focus on the season ahead, and hopefully he can gel this team together now. It's the same group of players as Mourinho said as last season. He knows the attitude of the players. He knows the work rate of the players. He must know them inside out by now. Yes, he's had a couple of problems, but again, you park that aside. Once you cross that line, you go out and you play your heart out for the club on that pitch. And if he doesn't get that out of the players, then yeah, questions are going to be asked. But until that happens, positivity all the way. Let's go for it.
Definitely. We're absolutely buzzing about this team. I mean, imagine if we could feel like this every week. It would be fantastic.
Yeah, it will be. I mean, yeah, I'm so excited about that midfield three, mate. I'm more excited to see that midfield three than spending the night in with my missus, to be honest.
Yeah.
I absolutely think this midfield three is the best midfield three he can put out. And
I agree, yeah. Even if everyone's fit, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's great. I mean, people will argue Pereira played better as the CDM on the pre-season tours and less than what Matic does. But let's put it into account here. Pereira, played against Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Liverpool, San Jose, and Club Americas, wasn't it? And I thought he was head and shoulders above everyone else. I think he probably had the one bad game against Bayern Munich, but I think he was head and shoulders above everyone else throughout that pre-season. And I'm so glad that Mourinho's finally put his trust in him and give him a start, give him the nod now.
Definitely. Calamity Jones, who's not even on the bench, says, if the lineup and tactics are positive, the fans will be positive. Simple as that. And it is simple as that. You've got it absolutely spot on. Thanks for the contribution. You remember you can do that through the super chat option, which is the $ at the bottom. Make sure you leave us a question. Must just say as well, if you are somebody who fancies a little bit of a bet, we have the BetBull app, link in the video description for that. You must be over 18, of course. I've just got it up on the screen for you there. How does it work? Well, you may follow people on Twitter who are like tipsters and stuff like that. BetBull is the app where you can go. It keeps all the accumulators together, all the top tipsters. You can look at their history, see how successful they are, get on their accumulators if you like it. You can even create your own account and start putting your own bets forward and become a top tipster on BetBull where people are buying into your accumulators. So really, really good app. As you can see, you can get your Manchester United odds on there as well. Manchester United versus Leicester, Arsenal versus City, big weekend for the football. 4,900 was shared by 39 people who backed my European football ACCA. That's from Mika 3004. It's available on Android and it's available on Apple. It is free to download. Remember, you've got to be over 18. But if you are somebody who fancies a bet during the football season, there's still time for you to get on that. Link in the video description. And as I say, it takes all the work out of it for you. If you're lazy like me and you can't even be asked to do fantasy Premier League anymore, but you do fancy a bit of a bet, get yourself on the BetBull app, have a look at some of the accumulators and jump on the successful ones. You can see their percentage on how many they get right and things like that. So link in the video description. You've got to be going for a Manchester United win tonight as well. So get on an accumulator that's got that. You can download it for free on Android and Apple. Link in the video description for that. It's BetBull. Right. We are what? 7 minutes away. 7 minutes away, everybody, from the start of the Premier League season. I can't believe it. We've had the World Cup. We've had the US Tour. We've had the Bayern Munich, and here we are, 7 minutes away, Marcus, from playing for 3 points. Playing for something, this isn't a friendly. This is 3 points in the Premier League season. And it's the sort of game you've got to win. We can talk about not being ready. We can talk about transfers. We can talk about injuries. But this is Manchester United at Old Trafford playing for 3 points. We've got to, whatever happens, we've got to get the win tonight.
Yes, most definitely. We got to, I suppose, set a standard in a way for the rest of our season. Also to prove a point to the rest of the sides that are playing over the weekend. Even though we didn't really strengthen throughout the transfer window, we're still a force to be reckoned with. So this is, I think it's a good tie. Leicester, they won the Premier League a few seasons ago. They're no pushovers, but you would expect United to win this. But they're going to give a good account of themselves, I think. They really have to. For what's happened, for all the negative press and the Jose outs, the doubters, they've really got to put a positive spin on everything now. So get out there, boys. Do the fans proud, I think, tonight.
I think this is such a nice time. It might be the only time this season, so grab it. It's the only time where we can be totally positive, and I think everybody is, and believe and hope. Because once the season starts, reality will bite. Hopefully it'll be a positive reality, but let's get behind the boys. Let's see what they can do tonight. And let us know where you're watching from in the live comments. I've done it a little bit later tonight, but if you are new to the United Stand, please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner, and join the community, the worldwide Manchester United community. It's absolutely fantastic. I mean, look at Harry Maguire there. Pogba's just giving him a hug in the tunnel. Yep. I'm sure there's a part of Harry Maguire thinking that could have been me in red. Probably should have been him in red, but not to be. I would have liked to have seen him. But yeah, subscribe to the channel if you're new, bottom right hand corner, and have your say on the channel. We're live every night at 8 o'clock with chat and everything like that. We've always got the live comments. We've got match reactions, fan cams, everything on the United Stand. So join it, get involved. It's for everybody. Don't listen to the haters. I've never once said that I speak for Manchester United fans, despite the plonkers on Twitter saying that I represent them. I've never once said that. We started a fan channel 3 years ago. We had 10 people watching. 3 years later, we've got nearly 5,000 people watching. And I think the channel grows because the people who watch it realise it's for everybody. It's about everybody's opinion. I've never told you once what you should think or what you should do. That is not my style, and I don't pretend to be that. Big Moss says our front three are all playing out of position. Mata's not a right winger. Sanchez better centrally, and Rashford is a better winger than a number 9. I disagree. I think actually Marcus Rashford is better up front, but we've got people watching from Boston, South Africa, Pakistan, Timbuktu, Vancouver in Canada, Jamaica, Scotland, Wakanda, Canada, Old Trafford, says Mihil. You're very lucky to be doing that. Melbourne, Australia, because the internet's rubbish. Ireland, India, Pembrokeshire, Mauritius, Pennsylvania, Barbados, Poland, Leicester. Are you supporting Leicester? Boston, USA, New Jersey, USA, North Carolina, London, Cincinnati, Ohio, Lincoln, Canada, Orlando, Switzerland, Sweden, Brighton. We'll be there. We'll be down in Brighton. Are we playing Brighton next week, I think?
I think it is, mate. Yeah, next weekend.
Okay, so we are getting very close. We are 3 minutes away from kickoff. So we will just get ourselves ready for this. Make sure I've got my timer ready as well. Have a little swig.
Do you know, I was talking about he could have played it safe with Fellaini and McTominay and that. But totally forgot about Ashley Young as well. He's on the bench, isn't he? He could have quite easily gone with Young over Luke Shaw. Bit of vote of confidence there from Jose. Give Luke Shaw a chance.
I suppose some of them are definitely playing because of fitness levels. Young, Fellaini, Lukaku, Martial wouldn't have great fitness levels, having only started training this week. Paul Pogba sort of defied the odds there. But I certainly think I was a little bit worried that he might not have played Pereira, to be honest. And he might have played McTominay. But you know what? I don't wish injury on anyone, but part of me is quite excited that Matic wasn't available because it's allowed Pereira to play and he must grab his opportunity. And I think looking at that Leicester team, they are... I mean, they've not got the quality that Manchester United have got, but they've got the legs, they've got the mobility, and I certainly think they'll give us a go. And I think first game of the season as well, a lot of it is going to be about fitness levels. I really do like Ndidi at Leicester. I think he's a really good midfielder. So let's see what we can do. The crowd are behind it. The United Stand community are behind it. We're about ready to go for kickoff.
It's so exciting, isn't it?
It is. It's really exciting to see what, even the first 10 minutes. How are we going to deliver? Are we going to deliver? What are we going to do? How are we going to play it? Will we give it... Will we play on the front foot? Will we sit back? Will we move the ball quickly? It's all there for everybody to see, and we await to see what's going to happen. Young Lion loves United. Look, the reality is, 24 hours ago I was ranting about a transfer window. I've seen what people have been saying on social media. Mourinho out, Woodward out. What's Fellaini doing? This, that and the other. I haven't seen that today, and I think that is the most important thing because that's what matters the most. We're Manchester United fans. 10 years, Mourinho won't be here. You will. We're Manchester United fans, and ultimately we want Manchester United to win football games. I don't think anybody, as much as they might be Mourinho out, wants Manchester United to lose football games, and certainly not today. So let's go for it. Remember, subscribe if you're new, bottom right hand corner, and let's see. Fred, there we go.
There, look.
We're about to kick off. I'll kick the timer off as soon as I'm up and running, and we're going, and we're off, and Leicester kick it off. So let's see what we see from United. Will we see a fast start?
I hope so. I mean, United already got the ball from Leicester's kickoff.
Well, it's interesting straight away that we are playing the 4-3-3 and Paul Pogba is playing on that left-hand side. So as you use the map here, Paul Pogba is here and Sanchez is here. So are we going to see the problems of last season where they're stepping into the same area? Let's wait and see.
Yeah, Pereira's dropping deep. It looks like Pereira's going to be playing the CDM role. Pogba's out on the left. Fred.
Lovely switch of the ball there to Darmian by Pogba. 40-yard ball, smashes it across from here to here. And we've got Darmian coming down the side here at the moment.
He's lost it.
And he's lost it. But the switch of the play was absolutely fantastic. Now we've got Fred on the ball in the midfield. He switches it out to Luke Shaw. And that ability to move the ball quick from United seems to be evident in this first minute or so. Pereira playing the CDM role, looking to give and go a lot. A good relationship between Fred and Pereira off the pitch as well. Let's hope we see it on the pitch. Good ball by Pogba.
Ball that was. Yeah, great ball. Luke Shaw's in down the left.
Sanchez shoots.
Sanchez
lay it off.
Blocked. And ball ref.
He's giving it. Penalty.
Yeah.
Penalty to United. Come on. We've got a penalty. Well, I don't know. You shouted it, Marcus. I've not even seen it, really.
Yeah, I mean, the ball's come up off the turf there. He sort of mistimed it. He tried to lean in with his chest, but it's come off his right arm.
Sanchez.
Yeah, definite handball. It came ricocheted off a Leicester player's legs. He tried to chest it down, but it's hit the
you need a better angle on this. A lot of people saying it's harsh. Some people saying definite penalty. Referee was looking right at it.
That's a penalty, I'm afraid. That's handball. No, I mean, he's saying it's hit him up by the shoulder, but it's not. It's right on the bicep. It's caught him.
Pogba's going to take it. You think he'd just pass it home?
Yeah. So with the confidence this lad's got from winning the World Cup, this should be 1-0.
Passes it home. Schmeichel's quite good at penalty saves though, but what a start this would be for United.
2 minutes in.
Pogba, here we go. He's having so many run-ups here. He's trying to wait for the keeper to go. Oh, yes! Tips it in. Pogba, 1-0 to Manchester United. And the pressure is lifted straight away. Within 2 minutes of the start of this game, Manchester United, he was doing the little tippy-tappy run-up, but he didn't mess about. He waited for the keeper to commit, and Pogba puts it that way. It can't really do justice on a penalty. But watching it back, puts it up high. Schmeichel goes the right way. 1-0 to Manchester United. We've barely taken breath. And Captain Pogba gets Manchester United in the lead. Come on! Bit of positivity there. But
showing Mourinho there on the sideline, waving his hand. It's all going well, straight from the kickoff.
So I've got to be totally honest on the penalty. I would love to see what people say in the live comments, because Marcus is saying it's definitely a penalty, which is great to hear. But I didn't really catch an angle which looked conclusive to me. But the referee was looking right at it, Marcus. So, I'll take your word for it. I'll take his word for it.
Yeah, I mean, like we saw in the replay there, Alexis, he hit the shot. It came off the defender's legs, and the guy who gives the penalty away leaned in with his chest, but he's mistimed the flight of the ball, and it's caught him on his right bicep. So, I mean, the guy's saying it's hit him on the shoulder, but it's not. Right bicep, clear penalty for me.
Well, Leicester on the attack here, but it's a fast start from both teams. Clear penalty, says Archie. No, I'm not doubting it, mate. I just didn't really see an angle of it because I was looking down, putting the tweet out to say it was a penalty at the time. But here's Sanchez running centrally. Could be a bit of a mix-up here. Kasper Schmeichel does clear it, but it's fast-paced this first few minutes. And here's Andres Pereira. Puts it out wide to Sanchez. United going in for the kill.
Leicester
what a start! Cashback, says Harper Hull.
It's fantastic. First 4 minutes.
Come on the ropes here. Get the second goal. Yeah. It's fast football. Fast. This is what we want to see.
Completely different United to what we saw last season.
Yeah. Well, this is it. He's got to go for it. He's got to do this more often. Yeah. His arm was out, says Gungshi. Yeah, definite penalty.
Well, United now just getting hold of the ball now. Leicester are trying to break quickly, but without Jamie Vardy, they've not really got that out ball, that long ball over the top. Fred caught on the ball there. Is that a free kick? No. No,
he's let a couple of free kicks go, this ref, so far. We need more pace, says Night Whisper. Well, this is where we should be going to get the ball, because Leicester have got it here, and this is where we're not pressing the ball. We're just letting them have it a little bit. And I would like to see us press here.
Yeah, definitely. This is more like the Manchester United we know.
Good interception there.
Yeah, great interception by Pereira.
But Mata will pick no. Mata's going to pick that up. Good play.
Should get that one, yeah.
The crowd's rocking, yeah. This is it. It doesn't take much to switch it. It doesn't take much. Good play here by Luke Shaw.
Luke Shaw again, bombing. I mean, this is what Luke Shaw gives that Ashley Young doesn't.
Not giving the free kick.
Right. Now, Luke Shaw, he's got a little bit more pace than what Ashley Young's got. He's got a natural left-footed cross on him down that left-hand side. We want to see him get forward more. We don't want to see our left back and right back cutting in and going on their other foot.
Well, at least they're both natural right and left footed. Mina Morna says, what I will say about Darmian is that yes, he's more of a defensive player and loses it a lot, but at least he's showing a good desire to follow the instructions and run up and down the line. Yep, that is good to see. Free kick here. Fred's just giving a foul away on a Leicester player. But yeah, a very, very good start from Manchester United. And as I was saying there, the crowd might be reacting within Old Trafford, but you lot are reacting in the live comments, which is great to see as well. You can have a season of bad football, you can have a bad transfer window, but if the players play the way that Manchester United can play, which we didn't see last season, the fans will respond. We're not negative because we're negative people. We're negative because we care about the club and we care about what the way the team should play. If they play the way we want to play, United fans will get behind the team.
Leicester with a free kick out on the left-hand side here. Lindelof's got to keep an eye on Maguire.
Good header that was.
Good header by Pogba.
Because Maguire was right behind him. Here we go.
Pereira on the break. And here we go. Go on, Rashford.
Find a pass here, Rashford, because I think he's ran that too much there. We had the break and I think he's ran it too much. Rashford still needs to sort out his final... Oh, that's rubbish by Rashford there. He does need to sort his final ball out. We had a good break on there and he just keeps hold of it for too long. But obviously it'll be Lukaku when he's fit anyway.
I mean, great interception there by Fred as well. He looks very sharp, Fred, in the middle of the park here. Very sharp indeed.
Midfield three look fantastic.
They do, yep. I mean, this is what we wanted to see. We've got our wish, not just in terms of the midfield, but in the centre-back pairing as well.
Yeah. It's the dream midfield.
It is, yeah. It's it's energy, it's youthfulness. It's dynamic, it's quick, it's great ability to switch the ball, as we've already seen in the first 7 minutes by Pogba and Fred. Pereira there picking up the pieces behind them. That they almost look, Pogba and Fred almost look as though they're more comfortable knowing that they've got an actual guy there who's just going to sit and clean up. No interest in going forward. Thanks
for the contribution, Earthling Puya. I'm so happy today, says Yupu Yupu. Early days, but it's a good start. Second goal's very important, but I wouldn't even say Leicester have started off badly. I think United have just been more at it. I agree with Matt Maloney. I think Rashford held on to that and got his... Rashford did what Rashford needs to improve on. He gets the ball and he puts his head down. He's not looking at the runners around him and he runs into a blind alley and loses the ball. But, you know...
Who's that here? So Leicester, they're hitting the long ball here over the top. Lindelof deals with it well. Luke Shaw. Out to Pogba. Yeah, they look much more composed, Mark, than what they did last season.
Definitely.
Much more composed. They're not hitting that long ball. They're trying to play it out from the back. They look so much more comfortable. What channel is it on, Karima? It's on Sky Sports in the UK. Cookie Dough, who scored, just logged on. It was Paul Pogba from the penalty spot in the third minute.
Anthony R loves what he's seeing.
Yeah. Xavier is loving Fred. I totally agree with you. I think this lad, considering this is his first English game, he seems to have adapted very, very quickly. He's up with the pace of the game as well, which is surprising. Darmian, silly foul to give away there on Gray. Right hand side of our box. So Hayden says it's on NBC Sports in the US.
It's a great start. We're beating the only team to have won the Premier League beginning with L.
Yeah.
Scousers can take the L. Early days, but you got to get it in while you can. That's what she said. Fred is the new Brazilian machine, says Hamdi. Well, remember Jose said that before. But anyway, another free kick opportunity for Leicester here, and obviously Harry Maguire. Good header away by Pogba again. I'm liking this from Pogba. There's a lot more. The thing about Pogba last season and the season before is he had this switch off capability, which I didn't like. And already in the first 10 minutes in this game, he's won 2 big headers in his own box. Again, and we know Harry Maguire is great in the air. So it's good to see that from Pogba. And if Valencia gets back fit, don't give him the captaincy. He's a waste of time as a captaincy. Make it Pogba.
Yeah, I think if there's anything to go by from United in the first 10, 11 minutes, they've given away a couple of silly free kicks here out on our right-hand side. So they've got to be wary of that. We know the danger Maguire possesses. We saw it for England. So, yeah, they've got to be careful of that one.
Thomas Holmuller says that Pogba's man of the match so far. We're only 11 minutes in. Leicester are starting to come into this game a little bit. Let's not get carried away too much. But I'd say Pogba has had a good start so far. I mean, let's be harsh. Let's be positive. A good start from Manchester United. I would say, though, 10 minutes in, Rashford, he's got to get his head up and be a little bit more intelligent. Mata needs to get into the game a little bit more. Darmian is obviously the weak spot down the right-hand side. Everybody else... there is positivity there. So, very, very good. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. Let's see if we can get to 256,000 subscribers. Remember, every Manchester United game we're live an hour before kick-off with the team news. We've got match reaction straight after. We got fan cams. We're live every night at 8 o'clock. I'll be doing a tactics debrief tomorrow at 11 a.m. UK time. There's loads to get involved with. We're always live, always got live comments. So get involved, spread the word, and join the community. But... good positive start from United, but it's a 90-minute game. There's so many things for us to cross and tick off, Marcus. We're ticking off a lot of positive things tonight from the team, from the start, from the goal, but we also know, look, we were beating teams 4-0 at the start of last season, and last season I don't remember us having a game where we played for 90 minutes. So lots and lots of things for us to enjoy. Great run by their left-back here, which is Chilwell, who a lot of people like, but a good recovery tackle by Bay. He's got people on the feet with that, but it was a good run. And he's a threat down that side. Mark, best player so far for me, it's Luke Shaw, says Santana Dar. Look, there's a few contenders. But what a tackle by Bay that was.
Yes, fantastic tackle. He saw the danger there. He came out of position right across there pretty quick as well to cover. I think it was Darmian out on that right-hand side as well. Darmian lost his man. I mean, again, that should be a foul there, ref, isn't it? Right, come on, Sanchez, look up.
Pass there. Mata.
Yeah. But Fred see the ball to Mata there. Mata's driving forward. Oh,
Hit it.
go on. Sanchez, man. Should have hit that first as it came down. But away by Leicester.
Good play by Lindelof.
Yeah, very
Good,
positive
keep going.
here. I mean, come on, Lindelof. You gave up there. Should have kept playing there till the whistle.
Early doors, says Ewan Hacken. Definitely. You know, reality is, I think it's early doors till October, to be honest. That's when I'll judge United, because we've started well in the past. But
a couple of people asking, is Vardy playing? No, Vardy's on the bench.
I'll tell you what, I've been impressed by the left back. I know we were talking about left backs, and I wanted Alexandro, but that Chilwell, I remember a lot of players wanted him, a lot of clubs wanted him a year or two ago. But I've been very impressed with him so far.
Thing is, though, Mark, Derby will make any left back look good.
And Ashley Young. Karima wishes Lingard was playing. I think Lingard in that Mata role is where I'd like Lingard to play. I wouldn't want him anywhere near the midfield three.
I mean, when you see him Mata's having a track back. Look,
again,
there we go. Look. Yeah. I mean, Gray's just slipped past him. Away by Bay again. Fred.
Long shot at De Gea.
Yeah.
He jumped on it late. I mean, look, we can be harsh on Darmian, but the reality is there's no one else to play, is there?
No, that's it. I mean, yeah, like you said before the game kicked off, Smalling could have gone there. He could have put Lindelof there and played Smalling in the centre. But we want to see this Lindelof and Bay partnership. We want to see if it can develop, if there's something there. It's the partnership we wanted last season. We didn't really get it. So,
again, they're coming in.
Yeah.
Oh, should have been 1-1.
Should have been, yeah. Should have been 1-1.
Iheanacho. Coming across, well, he's offside anyway.
Oh. Well, danger sign there for United. Lindelof let him go slightly. He had a yard or so.
He doesn't get tight enough there. He's got to be stopping the cross. I think Darmian's having a bad half.
Yeah. I mean, he had his back to goal. He's turned. He's put it across the goal. Could have gone anywhere. Should have been in the back of the net, though. Yeah.
It didn't even look offside to me.
No. Looked to me like Darmian was playing him on.
Well, it's not. Yeah, United have had I'd agree with that. Somebody just said there as it whizzed by. United have had a bit of a bad 5 minutes. I wouldn't say a bad 5 minutes, but Leicester have certainly come back into it after a good start from United. And what my little concern is that when Leicester have got the ball, we're not pressing.
Yeah.
We're letting them have it. We're still not pressing.
I mean, already 15 minutes in, Lukaku's warming up.
Yeah.
Is there a problem with Rashford? He's looked all right to me so far. Could be a worrying sign, another niggling injury. I mean, that would be, 6 first teamers with an injury now? A couple of people saying in the comments Rashford's injured. Just Danny. Lukaku's coming on, says absolute muppet. Great name.
Well, to be honest with you, I mean, if Lukaku's fit enough to come on, I've got to be honest, he's better than Rashford up front, isn't it? So it makes us better.
Yeah, I mean, Rashford, he's a good substitute, impact. He doesn't quite have that physicality yet for me.
Especially against Morgan and Maguire.
Yeah, exactly. They're brilliant. And to be honest, he is still a young lad learning his trade. But I mean, Pereira being very vocal here. Tell him, Fred, having a word with him, get tighter. So, yeah, I mean, Leicester seem to be having the ball quite a fair bit in their own half. United not pressing as much as they should be. I mean, Luke Shaw's took a step back there.
See, where's Mata here? There's the overlap. Where's Mata?
You got 3 against 1 here against Darmian. Thankfully, Pereira gets in.
Crap ball by Darmian out, and Leicester come again.
I mean, this is the problem at the minute. It's coming down Darmian's side. He needs to get hold of Mata and tell him to track back a little bit more.
Football fans says if we drop points out of this, it's going to be Darmian.
Right, Declan. Couple of people asking who scored. So Pogba from the penalty spot. 2nd minute, Mark, or was it 3rd?
I think it was in the first. Yeah, Harry Stafford says worst player on the pitch so far. For me, it's it's Darmian and Mata. They're not doing very good down that right-hand side. And Leicester are really exploiting it. Mata's just not got the pace to track back. And THK's just said Mata is unbelievably slow. That is the problem. You'd like to see Lingard in the team tonight, because if he was in that right-hand side, he's got the energy in that to work back. And Leicester are certainly really exploiting the right-hand side for United. But here's Pogba with an opportunity. Now we get it right to Darmian. Thunderpants says, "Let's go, you Red Devils. I had to use half of a sick day to see the game on TV. Team selection is a wet dream. Speaking of wet dreams, hey Mark, woof woof." Don't know what he's on about. Look at the possession, says Jack Plays. 88. I don't know what it is. If someone wants to put it in there, I don't know what it is. It's probably a lot Leicester, isn't it?
Probably, yeah. I mean, Pogba's just trying. I don't know. It's almost as if United have put the foot off the gas now, just slowing the game down a bit, knocking it down in the middle. I mean, Luke Shaw's.
See, I like that from Darmian. Okay, the play is broken down because of the interchange between Sanchez and Shaw, but Darmian confidently coming out from the back and playing the ball forward. And I think people will judge Darmian and say, "Oh, Smalling's better than the air. Phil Jones is more physical," but neither of them can bring the ball out from the back. And Bay's job is to be physical. So, the untrained eye may not realise what Lindelof will bring to the team, and that's ability to bring the ball out from the back, which is something we definitely need. How the hell is Darmian better than Fosu Mensah on the right, says Ernest Taburi? I'm with you, mate. I am with you on that. I don't know why, but that's the manager, isn't it? He loves anybody who's closer to 30.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's probably one of the issues that we had, leading up until yesterday. We don't know what the list was. We got an idea of what the players were on that list, but like we've heard rumours today that maybe the club just didn't see it as value for money. But it's one thing I've noticed though, Mark, in the first 20 minutes, Alexis Sanchez has been sticking out to that left-hand side. He's not been getting in the way. Pereira in the middle, out towards Darmian. Come on, Darmian, you should be bombing down that line there. Mata switches it wide to Luke Shaw. United are switching the ball an awful lot.
Yeah, look at that. 39% possession to United, 61% to Leicester. So we're not pressing and we're not keeping hold of the ball. So there are similarities to last season.
Rashford's here down the left. He's bullied off it. And
Well done, Rashford. He's got it.
Yeah, he's got it back.
Crap ball again.
Yeah.
Rashford needs to sort out his final ball.
Joe, this lad, he should be raring to go. He didn't play much at the World Cup. He should be raring to go, wanting to prove a point.
Well, some people feel he shouldn't have been given the number 10, that it was a bit of a gimmick.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy for him because I love Marcus Rashford and he is a youth product, but whether he should be given the number 10, not yet for me, but this is a good little bit of play by Fred.
Good play by Fred, yeah. Good play by Fred. Luke Shaw should be a little bit tight there. Pereira steps in.
That's good play by Darmian there.
Darmian, yeah. And Mata's there covering up right back for him. So
Fred
that should be a foul, ref, shouldn't it? Yeah. Should be a foul, yeah. So first 21 minutes, very positive from United. I've not seen them go back to De Gea. I've not seen them pass it back to De Gea yet, which is very unusual compared to last season. That should be a foul again.
Another foul on Pogba there.
No.
Jonathan Augusta says all we're doing is sitting back. Yeah, well, that's why the possession's high for Leicester, because we're not pressing Leicester, and that's something we didn't do last season. So that's something to keep an eye on, but we are 1-0 ahead. It's not all going to be candy shop, is it? There's still going to be issues, and a lot of people will say, well, he was never going to change that. But we're definitely moving the ball quicker when we get it, because the players are quicker. But here's Darmian. This is the problem, But he's all we've got. Darmian's all we've got down that left-hand side. Fred with the ball into the box. Never going to win it, but Pogba picks up the loose one. He'll hit it, and then he loses it, and it looks like a fair foul. A fair tackle.
That's fair tackle, yeah.
And then Pogba.
He's got it back.
Come on, ref.
He's been pulled there, ref. Come on, that should have been a free kick.
Won it back.
Been pulled to the ground. Darmian again, good recovery. Fair to Darwin, these last 2 or 3 minutes, when he's lost the ball, he's been getting back and recovering really well. Too long for Sanchez. Unlucky. Good idea, though, by Luke Shaw. I think that definitely should have been a free kick there on Pogba. He was blatantly dragged to the floor for me. Let's have a look at the replay. Yeah, he gets the ball. Oh, I don't know about that.
James Law, how do you feel about Pereira? I think he started off very well. I think he started off very, very well. All right, he's not setting the world on fire, but the reality is he's done as well as anybody else on the pitch, and this is a player that, nobody really thought would be involved. But he doesn't surprise me, Pereira. I'm a big fan of his, and he's done very well. Pogba's in beast mode, says Delroy. We are parking the bus, says Bailey Robinson FR. We are. I mean, look at Leicester now. They're on our halfway line without really getting much pressure on the ball.
No, but I mean, you look at what they've done with that possession. Not very much. I mean, the only chance they've had is the Iheanacho one that should have gone in but didn't. But United, every time they come forward, they look dangerous. They've always
Passion
got
by
play.
Pogba, says Ewan Hacking. Yeah. We're top of the league, says 55999. Yeah.
Let's hope we stay there. But yeah, I mean, United, they played, I think, really, really well. I mean, considering a couple of these players aren't fully fit either, they're lacking in their fitness. And the squad is pretty thin at the minute. I think this is probably the best I've seen them play since last season.
Yes, it wasn't hard. We finished the season really badly, didn't we?
Yeah, but I mean, even though we won the game against Real Madrid, that was a hard-fought game, but I didn't think we played too bad. The AC Milan game, I thought we did well in. Away there by Pereira.
Yeah, Pogba, a little bit of last season there in Pogba, trying to flick it away when he's under pressure, just get rid of it. But we've got the ball again now with Pogba, and hopefully we can just get a bit of possession going now. Mata.
Yeah, there was a lovely deft touch there by Fred in the centre of the field there, just to lift it over the left to play it to Sanchez.
I like Fred. I like
He looks good, doesn't he? Yeah. He does look a player. I was a bit worried because of the Brazilian thing. I mean, we know how Anderson turned out for us.
This is better from United. They're having a good bit of possession here. Just thought everyone's getting a touch of the ball. Nice quick movement. Not really making any waves, and Leicester have won it back, but Fred will pick it up here.
Yeah.
Oh, he's lost it a little bit there. It's got to get. I mean, there's going to be good bits and bad bits about Fred because he's got to get used to the Premier League.
Yeah, most definitely. I don't think it's going to take long for that lad to settle in, though. To me, he looks really, really good.
Here's Leicester down the left again. Chilwell. Why is Bailey coming across to deal with Chilwell? Where's Mata? Where's Darmian? They're not tracking the runners. That's their left back. So another corner.
Bay's having a word with him there, saying, "Where are you?" Darmian puts his hand up in an apology, but not good enough, I'm afraid, from Darmian there.
No, we're weak down that right-hand side. I mean, Chilwell, as I show you here, he's coming through. He ends up in this position here, and it's Bay who's got to come through. But, who's tracking the runner? Where's Mata? Where's Darmian? Corner here. This is where Leicester are quite good. Good header again. I think it's Rashford who gets up for that one.
Rashford, that one, yeah.
It might be a bit of an injury here. I think someone's treading on Bay's foot. That's not what we want to see.
Sometimes that lad's like glass, and he just want to wrap him up and cut them all. Southgate's there with Roberto Martinez watching the game. So, still 1-0 to United. 27 minutes gone. I'm late, says, was it a soft penalty? I don't think so much. Yeah, I think it was absolute certainty for me. Parmod says, "Hey Southgate." Fred says, "Shaky Warrior." England manager watching says, "Happy." SB, Rashford has done nothing. I agree with that. I don't. Apart from the run that Rashford had in the first 10 minutes, he's not offered anything so far. Except that.
I think Leicester have been good. I do. I think United have been good in parts, but I think Leicester, they're not a pushover. They're well in this game, but they've not really created anything apart from that chance for Iheanacho, which was given offside. But I don't know whether it was. But we've only scored a penalty. Let's not forget how many chances have we created. That's another thing. How many chances have we created in 28 minutes? It's one of the things from last season. We're not pressing. We don't create chances. So, you know, good start. We're given a chance up here. Should be 1-0. What a save by De Gea.
Great save, De Gea.
Same old story. De Gea keeps us in it.
Great save. And Fred's got it away. Corner.
What a chance and what a save.
Same again. Luke Shaw was caught napping there on the left-hand side. Came in just past the penalty spot. He's got a shot off De Gea with a one-handed right-hand save.
Well, somebody said, I wonder if his World Cup form will come into the Premier League. No, not. De Gea in goal for Manchester United is a different thing. It was absolutely world class. It should be 1-1. And we clear the corner again. We're giving a lot of corners up. And another corner.
Another corner, yeah.
Right now, look a little bit United at the moment. I'm just going to say that. Apart from the penalty, we've not created a chance. And Leicester have had a couple.
United looking rattled now.
Yeah, the front three aren't in the game again, are they? Maybe Delot isn't as far out from starting, says Nolson. 1. Leicester dominating United, says Archie.
See, I think one of the major factors as well with Rashford is he's not willing to run the channels like Lukaku does. He can't really hold up the ball there and bring people into play, whereas Lukaku can do that. So you get the runners from midfield busting a gut to get into the box.
RJ Bizzle saying we've been too passive since we went 1-0 up. Yeah. Look, I don't think anybody can realistically expect that we were going to be all guns blazing Manchester United. This is Jose Mourinho. Little steps are important, but some people don't want Mourinho as manager, and they might be proved right. But at the moment, we're 1-0 up, and
away by Rashford again.
Got to see it for what it is. Nice little break here. Mata's got it.
Great flick by Sanchez there. Go on, Fred.
Not got the pace.
Unlucky.
It's a shame.
Unlucky. Great idea though. Great idea. Lovely flick from Mata in between the Leicester lads' legs. Sanchez, sorry.
Free kick to Leicester here. Pogba's not happy. Right on the edge of the box.
Let's have a look at this one. No.
Bit harsh, wasn't it? He did touch him, but a bit harsh.
I think that's more Maddison kicking the back of Pogba's leg there. But very central, this free kick.
Liam says Leicester City have been better than us. I mean, it's all about opinion, mate. I can sort of see where you might be coming from. Remember to subscribe if you're new, bottom right hand corner. You're very welcome if you are new. You found a great community here. Obviously, you can see the live comments. Everybody's getting involved. Live for every game, 8 o'clock every night. Got a match reaction. Straight after this, Flex is going to be doing the fan cams. Really interested to see what fans have got to say, of course. And interested to see what you've got to say. So subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Get involved. Share the video if you are watching. It takes a couple of clicks. Free kick here, Maddison and Chilwell over it for Leicester. Wouldn't surprise me if Chilwell did something here. He's had a very, very good start to this game for Leicester. It's Maddison to hit it though, straight into the wall, and Manchester United will get it clear, but no break.
Clear again by Rashford. There's no one there to clear it too, though. That's the problem there. Everyone was back behind the ball.
Liam, I didn't miss your super chat. I've just read it out. The ref is trash, says Saddam. Well, I think the positive is that Manchester United are winning, and there has been some positives, but I think in the last 10 to 15 minutes, we've sort of slipped back into last season mode.
Yeah, they look a little bit uncomfortable. I think they're standing off the ball. They're not pressuring higher up the pitch. It's almost as if, again, it's a completely different team to the first 15, 20 minutes. Leicester are having plenty of possession. They're looking dangerous. They've had a couple of chances, couple of corners. So you worry. You worry as it's going like this. Mourinho's having a word with Carrick and McKenna there. Mourinho, he's coming back out to the touchline. He don't look too happy at the minute,
No.
But, I mean, why is it? This is a recurring theme here, especially from last season. We get the goal, and then we just sit back. I mean, Alexis here, playing as a left-back. Where's Luke Shaw? Here he is. Ball comes in, away by Lindelof. It's almost as if it's only a matter of time here before Leicester get an equaliser.
Yeah,
I mean, they are
Well,
piling
what would
on
you
the
do?
pressure.
What would you do at home? What would you do? I mean, for me, the weak spots are Darmian, Mata and Rashford. They're into the box here. Good track back by Shaw, but
Away, but
got to get away.
well, Fred, get it out. There we go.
See, Rashford's made some stupid run there and it's straight to Morgan.
So this is the difference between this season and last season. We played it out there from our own box. Last season, we would have just hoofed it clear.
That's better by Pereira now. Fred's got a little bit of room. It's a lovely little ball into Mata. And Rashford's final ball. Again, not great. It wasn't Rashford's fault, by the way.
See, we got no one with Mata over there on the left. We got no one on this right hand side here. Rashford's having to come over to the right hand side to fill in.
Boat Source 99 says, "Hi guys, what formation are we playing? We're playing the 4-3-3, although it's a bit like a 4-5-1 at the moment. Rashford's dropped to the right hand side and Mata's playing up front.
That's weird, isn't it? The smallest and probably the slowest guy on the pitch.
We're parking the bus, to be honest.
Yeah, it's not good. United have slipped back into their old ways.
Well, he's basically playing Rashford as a right wing back now.
I think he's probably identified the fact that Mata's not quick enough to track that right hand side there, 12 pad Darmian.
But it's defence. Half an hour and we've gone defensive. Weird.
I mean, what would you say, Dave? Would you say that's the tactics? Would you say it's the mentality that's in there? I mean, because again, it's strange. We go 1-0 up. We was playing fantastic football, 15, 20 minutes. We were quick, energetic, and then the last 15 minutes, we just gone to pieces again. We got everyone in our own half here. And Leicester have got one defender in their half.
It's like we've had a man sent off. Uday Ratud says, good play there by Lindelof. He's worked hard there.
Bay gets it out.
We are playing Jose's famous counter-attacking style like he did at Madrid. Less possession, more chances. We're sprinting like a bullet in the counter. Uday, we've not had any chances, mate, though. I can half see what you're trying to get at, but we've not had any chances. We've had a penalty. The counter-attack's been crap.
Definitely. I mean, Fred's lost it there, but there was no shout from Darmian to let him know there was a man behind him.
We've gone very defensive in this game, and it's disappointing because you think about who's on the bench and who's to come back. Matic isn't attacking. Fellaini's slow. Lingard, okay. Martial, okay. But, you want this midfield to be successful. And we're basically gone to a 4-5-1 at the moment with Rashford coming to right wing back and Mata up front.
I'm a bit worried there, just seeing the replay back with Lindelof there. Ian Acho holding him off.
Lindelof's injured at the moment.
He's down.
Even McCarthy says, bring Young on right wing, he will get crosses in. Bring Young on right back. Take Darmian off. It's a poor thing when you're taking off your fast striker to play him at right wing back because you're terrified of your right back getting skinned. How defensive is that?
Yeah, that's all because of that lad Chilwell, Mark.
Yeah, he's had a great game.
Yeah.
Mike Doherty says hello last season. Yeah. Well, 36 minutes in, United are playing like they're 86 minutes in and they're hanging on.
Yeah, another free kick, Leicester. And the free kicks that they're having, Mark, is coming from Darmian's side. That's the 4th free kick they've had down that side.
I mean, definitely what Marcus was saying, and sorry, we've had another super chat there from Uday, who says, we are trying, laugh out loud learning. So Sanchez is sticking here. My line's gone a bit wrong there, which is good. We've not seen him wandering in much, but then again, he's not seen a lot of the ball. Lindelof looks like he's in trouble. Well, that'd just be bloody typical of our centre-back situation, wouldn't it? I think he looks all right, actually. I think he'd be all right.
Yeah. Fred could have been in trouble there with a little kick out. Could have had a yellow for that. But again, Leicester down the right, hopeful ball straight to De Gea.
Rob Davies says, not heard Pogba have the ball in the last 15 minutes. Well, United have not had the ball. I'd love to know what the possession stats are at the moment because United haven't really had a lot of the ball at all in the last few minutes. Now, Fred puts it wide to Sanchez. Can we create a chance? We'll probably score it if we do. No, poor ball.
Sanchez, no. There was an easy ball on for him, for Sanchez there. Luke Shaw made the overlap, but he decided to try and go to the feet of Pogba, which was cut out quite easily.
Cookie Dough says Jose will bring the tree on. Well, you know. But it'd be interesting to see how that gets received if he does do that, because there's still a lot of United fans who didn't want him to stay, and it's not even just that, it's just what he symbolises. If he brings him on in the midfield, I don't think it will go down too well, but mistake here, Mata, backward pass, forward, move the ball forward. You see Rashford again there, play it forward.
You got Mata. You don't want to go to the right either. Darmian was free there.
We've had the ball there. We've won it in the half of Leicester. Out of 8 passes, we've played 6 backwards, and we're actually 10 yards back from where we won it. You know, Martial for Mata, Lukaku for Rashford, Young for Darmian, says Sean Atwood. Yeah, do some of that.
So those 6 passes backwards there in that bit of play, I never saw that in the first 15, 20 minutes.
This is a bit better. Pogba.
Yeah, Pogba's got it.
Straight at Schmeichel.
Right. Good effort on target. Right. Leicester lost the ball again. Fred is looking very, very positive in that midfield. He's always looking forward. I've not noticed him look behind him at all yet.
Red Velvet says Sanchez is doing the complicated pass. Please keep it simple. Rashford's just not strong enough.
Yeah, he's not.
But we've still got it. Fred. He's got loads of room. Sanchez. Oh, Sanchez. What a chance. Over the bar. Fantastic
opportunity there.
It was.
Fantastic. He should have, man of that quality, should have at least made the keeper do some work.
I think it's Fred, isn't it? Fred picks him out. Lovely little ball by Fred. Chips it over the top. He's heading it virtually level with the penalty spot, and he's offside anyway.
Yeah. I thought he was
offside to me.
No, I thought that was well onside. He certainly looked level to me.
John Stimpson says the bus has been well and truly parked since we scored, and it was a penalty. Let's not forget, we didn't create a great goal. It was, it was a penalty, but here we go. Rashford not strong enough in the tackle.
He's looking. He doesn't look right, Rashford, to me. I wonder if he has picked up an injury.
Yeah, he's not running freely, is he?
Someone's great ball by Fred there out to Luke Shaw. Fantastic switch of play again.
And a lovely one too with Mata. And Shaw, take a tumble, shoots straight at Schmeichel. Good little bit of play there. And that ability from Fred to switch the play like we know Pogba can from both sides could be really important for United.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, great vision there by Fred.
Good play between Shaw and Mata as well.
Yeah, I mean, Shaw, his ability to get in the box, take it on and have a crack.
This is better from United in the last few minutes. We're getting at them a little bit. Here's Fred again. To Mata.
Since Mata's come out from the centre forward role and gone to the left, they seem to have gone a hell of a lot better going forward.
We started passing forward, haven't we, and keeping the ball a bit.
Well, Sanchez has gone up through the middle, Mata's gone left, and Rashford's gone right. So let's have a look. I mean, Pereira, great little bit of skill there. I mean, Pereira's looking to go forward as well, but there's no movement really in front of him. Pogba with the hand signs here, look, telling people. That's what you want to see from your captain. You want to see that. You want to see your captain on the pitch barking the orders, telling people where they should be.
Yeah, well, Pogba's switched at the moment. He's gone to the right. Fred's gone to the left.
He's lost the ball there, Pogba. Unlucky.
So 3 minutes till half time.
I like Pogba's 2 stars in his hair.
Our midfield 3 looks sharp and mobile. Fred looks good, says Magmags. Yep, I agree with that.
So, De Gea's give it out to Luke Shaw there on the left. Sanchez has come real deep for that one.
Yeah, Sanchez hasn't had a great off. Okay, but not great. Mini Mourner, sometimes it looks like our players didn't train together. Positive, Pogba seems more focused, and I love Fred. Yeah, good points.
Yeah, Sanchez just give away silly free kick out on the right hand side. I think it is. Yeah,
Fans singing about Mourinho, which is good to hear. You know, you've got to. He is the manager at the moment, and we have got what we've got. We need to get a bit of a siege mentality going. You know, as I said at the start of the game, no one wants to see Manchester United losing games, and you know, the season hasn't. You know, it's the start of the season. You've got to forget last season and hope we can change. And you know, if come November we've dropped a load of points, then Mourinho will have to face the music, won't he? But as of now,
yep.
we should be behind the team and we should be giving it our backing.
Yes, most definitely. I mean, the free kick there from Leicester on the right-hand side, headed out again by Rashford. Yeah, he may not be doing much up top, but he's certainly clearing the ball well in his own half.
Oh, yeah, I see what they mean about the penalty. The block, I thought the block was the penalty. I didn't realise it went up onto the other player, so yeah, definite penalty. Summerjit says, our South Korean defender parked the bus is on song. And Jose deserves a little sympathy having no backing from the board, says Sander Floor. Yeah, and I think he will get it. You know, a lot of United fans realise that, a lot of United fans don't like the way the club is owned, so there will be some sympathy there. I mean, I would say it depends who the targets were Mourinho wanted. If the club said you're not having them because they're overpriced and old, I agree with the club, but we'll probably never know that.
Yeah, well in there by Bate. That's not a free kick, ref. Come on.
He's played it on anyway.
Yeah, I'm saying no way. You got the ball first.
It's Leicester.
He knows he got
good
the ball.
Play. Rashford is a myth.
He is.
Says Ellis Horton.
Quiet.
Never good enough. Well, it's all about opportunities, isn't it? You know, he's got an opportunity tonight.
Yeah, I mean, definitely the centre backs of Leicester are completely dominating him. They're, United, when they've got the ball at the back here, especially Darmian just then, he's looking for that long ball, utilise his pace, but he's never going to beat. Is it Morgan in Leicester's back, centre back?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's never going to beat him for height, is he? To a header. He's bullied out of it there as well. Throwing to Leicester, left hand side. I think Mourinho can see this as well. Yeah, Rashford, I think Rashford is a lot better playing behind a main striker than being the number 9. So we've got 1 minute added on. We're coming up to the end of the first half. Mourinho just making sure they keep the concentration and see it out. By the time Schmeichel takes a goal kick here, it should be half time. We need Lukaku. Rashford ain't cutting it, says Mad Zach. I think in terms of this game, yeah, definitely. So, half time, Mark.
Half time it is.
What do you think for the first 45?
Well, get your comments in the live comments, obviously. 1-0 to Manchester United at half time. My general thoughts are that I think the first 10 minutes was really good, really exciting. We moved the ball quick, and then we obviously were 1-0 up. Leicester had a lot more possession than us. We didn't press the ball again. We didn't create any chances in that half. I mean, let's be honest. We had no chances in that half, and that is something for. I suppose what I would say is let's have a look at what the differences were between last season and this season. And didn't press the ball, gave up a lot of possession, didn't create any chances. So there are 3 things that concern me. But I did see we saw some leadership, which is Pogba. We saw some passion. I think there's a lot of effort out there. So they're the positives. But not a lot of difference from last season. And Leicester, let's be honest, if De Gea doesn't make that save, Marcus, was fantastic. I'm just going to answer this question from Tyler. He says, thoughts on Luke Shaw, Mark? Ask you as well, Marcus, on that one. I thought Luke Shaw did okay. A bit like the US tour. He did okay. I think he could do better. But that would probably sum up Manchester United's half. Don't know about you what you thought.
Yeah, I mean, regarding Luke Shaw, I think you're spot on. He's been average. He's made some good runs down that left-hand side. He's done the overlap really well when he's had Sanchez out there. And of course he had that run into the box and he managed to get a shot off, but it was saved, obviously. But I mean, you want to. If Ashley Young's out on that left-hand side, you're not going to see that. You're going to see Ashley Young go down the left, cut back, and then cross it in with his right. Whereas with Luke Shaw, it's natural. It's second nature to him to get down there and get that ball into the box. But yeah, first 15, 20 minutes for me were really good, very quick. The way we were passing the ball, the switch of play was fantastic. And then we sat back, and Leicester came onto us. They had a couple of chances. Iheanacho, the save from De Gea as well. So it could quite easily be 1-1. But yeah, I think disappointing end to the first half. I think it sort of like United just faded out. But when they changed, when Rashford came to the right, Mata to the left, and Sanchez through the middle, the whole dynamic it changed again, and we seemed to string some passes together. But yeah, very, very, very average towards the end.
I mean, Darmian, I'm not going to criticise him too much. Everyone knows what everyone thinks of Darmian. I don't think he's good enough. He only played 8 times last season. Jose Mourinho doesn't think he's good enough, but there's nobody else to play in that position. So, he had a bad half, but who else are you going to play there? Mata just can't deal with that. Chilwell, who I think is Leicester's best player, their left back's been fantastic, which is why I can't be too positive about Luke Shaw. I think he's been good, but the Leicester left back's been fantastic. Mata just can't deal with him, which means Mata's had a bit of a bad half. But the most important position is Marcus Rashford. I think defensively, Bay's been good. I think Lindelof's been okay. De Gea's made the world-class save. I think the midfield 3, Pereira's been good, Pogba's been good, Fred's been fantastic, which we'll talk about in a moment. But why are we not creating chances? Why are we not getting any momentum? I think it started just after the goal, actually, Marcus. Rashford, on the break, he's got players running all around him, puts his head down, runs into a blind alley, and we lose the ball. Ball goes up to Rashford, can't control it. He's getting bullied by 2 very good centre-backs, physical centre-backs in Morgan and in Maguire. And I think that's where it's going wrong for Manchester United. The game is breaking down with Rashford. And I'm not saying Rashford's played rubbish. I just don't think he's having a very good game against 2 very dominant centre-backs. And if your number 10 or your number 9 can't hold the ball up, then you're not going to get attacked. And I think that's been the problem. We're not, we're getting swamped in the midfield because that we are being pressed by Leicester, and there's no real out ball up front. And I think Lukaku in this game could make a massive amount of difference. But the midfield 3, I think, have done well. The centre-backs have done well. The right-hand side, we've been very weak, and Leicester have exploited it. Sanchez and Shaw, I'd say, has done okay. But we need to we've not created any chances in that half, apart from the penalty and an offside chance for Sanchez. That's not good enough at Old Trafford. And there was a point in midway through the second half where Rashford was actually playing as a right wing back and Mata was up front to try and solve this left-hand side issue that Leicester are very strong down. So I'd be looking at getting Lukaku on second half to hold that ball up. But the midfield 3, I like it. And I think Fred, if he's playing like that after 45 minutes of the Premier League, imagine what he's going to play after 10 games. I thought he was fantastic, Marcus.
Yeah, spot on. I thought for a Brazilian playing his first Premier League game, we know the league is very physical. I thought he'd need... as much as I love the midfield 3, I thought maybe he might have needed a good few games to settle in. But he's hit the ground running for me. He's been fantastic. His vision, his energy. Him and Pereira seem to have a really, really good understanding in that midfield 3. And hopefully long may it continue. Pogba has been the focal point of the midfield, obviously being captain as well. He's barking the orders across the field, so that's good to see as well. The midfield, especially midfield 3, has been very, very positive tonight, just in how well it's worked and how well they're working with each other.
Definitely. Depan says, at last we have midfielders who can pass the ball both long and short and can run as well. Remember, subscribe to the channel if you're new, bottom right hand corner. Martial needs game time, says Jordan. When he settles, Fred will be class, says JJ. Fred wasn't that good, says Mahar H. It's all about opinion. Pereira even better than Fred tonight, says Lucas Adam. I've been impressed with all 3. I just think that with regards to United, we've had a bit of an issue in holding the ball up front. What I have been impressed with as we go to the pitch is that Alexis Sanchez has really kept that left-hand side, which is important when he's got Pogba or Fred coming into these areas here. So that's been important. But as I was saying before, if you've got Rashford in this position and he's not holding the ball back, then Leicester are getting the ball a lot in this area. And as good as our midfield and defence is, this is where a lot of the play is happening because Rashford's not holding the ball up and we're not able to get in behind or have much of the ball in that area ourselves. So this is the problem that Manchester United are facing, and this is why we're being pushed back, because Rashford's not holding the ball up and he's not making intelligent runs either. Awful half, despite being 1-0 up, says Dipak. Look, Rome wasn't built in a day. There are a lot of things that United need to resolve from last season. Not pressing, not creating chances, not moving the ball quick enough. And when we spoke about a period of play where United won it in the final third, we ended up 10 yards further back than where we were, despite making 8 passes. So I think we counted 6 of them were back. That is still a problem at United that needs to be resolved as well, Marcus.
Yeah, definitely. And that all came down from the. It all comes down to maybe him not being backed in the window. You pointed out especially that we needed balance, the right hand side, and I think this game has just gone on to prove that our right hand side is considerably weak when Valencia is not in the team. So it shows the heavily reliance on him to get back as quick as possible, because Darmian just cannot do the job for me. He cannot. He's been skinned a few times in the first half. His concentration is not there for me, and it's for me it was a big risk playing him. Considering a guy that publicly said that he wanted to leave the club, and he's still there. It just seems weird that Fosu Mensah got loaned out and Darmian is still playing, and Fosu played more games than him last season in the Premier League.
Definitely. Corbin Claypool says it just feels like we don't have much of an attack and our players can't connect. I mean, this was a problem from last season as well. We needed a right winger, says Mr. Aussie Gator. Quality half, says George MUFC. Good to see that people think that as well. We don't attack on the right at all, says Mr. Aussie Gator. Well, we're probably not trying to put the ball onto the right, because that is the better half of that's where the threat is coming from Leicester. Nearly said Liverpool, you see. I'm thinking about teams that have won the Premier League, not Liverpool. Anyway, link in the video description. I must just give BetBull a shout out. Link in the video description. If you are somebody who likes a bet, the link is in the video description for BetBull. You must be over 18 and do gamble responsible. It's available on Android and on Apple. And how it works is BetBull's basically a place where it's got loads of people who are experts, I suppose, but you can be an expert yourself. You can log on there if you're a bit lazy. You can have a look at who the good tipsters are, how successful they are. Get on their accumulators. As the guy says there, 4,972 to be precise, was shared by 39 people who backed my ACCA. So that's what it is. You can check out people, how many bets they've done, how successful they are. Or you can do your own. So BetBull, the accumulator app where you can, do a bit of research, see who's good at it. Download it. Link in the video description if you fancy a bet. And you might be able to get on the second half. Which way do you think this is going to go? BetBull, link in the video description. Which way do you think it's going to go, Marcus?
I still think it's a United win. Like I say, Leicester, they've only created 2 chances in that first half. I think our defence has been pretty sound. Been impressed by Bay and Lindelof as a partnership. Bay seems to be covering left, right and centre. Lindelof, he's looking pretty strong. So hopefully the partnership will keep intact for the rest of the second half. And hopefully a clean sheet as well.
Yeah, I think we spoke about that before the game. Yeah, obviously if we saw if we went on and won this game 4-0, I know a lot can happen in a year, but if we went on and won this 4-0, it would be the same as last season. Get 1-0 up, the opposition have a go at us, and in the last 20 minutes we tear them apart. This is what happened last season. Not a lot of people remember that the 4-0s that we won last year, they weren't 90-minute performances of brilliance. They were 1-0s, and then in the last few minutes we'd go and get a few more goals. So it could be that, but look, as I said, Rome wasn't built in a day. I would have been very, very surprised today if we'd just blitzed Leicester for 90 minutes and won it comfortably. I think that's not what's going to happen at United. There are still a lot of things that need to be rectified, and it might take some time for that to happen. United to get relegated, says Mike Tyson. Well, we need to win this game. Would you make any changes at half-time, Marcus?
I think the obvious one would be Rashford. I do think we need someone up top who can hold the ball up, bring the others into play, instead of just looking down at his feet and running with the ball. He's not going to bully the centre-backs in Morgan and Maguire. They're going to just keep on hoofing the ball over the top, and hopefully he can run onto it. So Lukaku, for me, definitely to come on.
Yeah, I certainly don't think Martial up front would make a lot of difference, would he?
No.
Not at all. Sanchez giving the ball away, says One Piece TV. Yeah, you know what? I think there are some performances on that pitch that sort of sum up United in that half. There's some things that are very good and encouraging, and there are some things that are similar from last season. You look at Pereira and Fred and Pogba, they're encouraging. You look at Sanchez and Mata, and you think, I can't really see any difference from them from last season. So it doesn't mean that's always going to be the case. It is only the first game of the season. I think we've got to get out of it with the 3 points. Corbin Claypool says it just feels like we don't have much of an attack and our players can't connect. I think I've already read that one out, but worth reading again because I think it's good. Young for Damian says Alan Wakeman. I would agree with that. And Pogba has been poor so far, except the penalty, says Goraf. Well, it's all about opinion, isn't it? I personally think that the midfield's been good. I just think that they've not been able to have a better half because the ball's not sticking up front, which is, evidenced by the fact that we've not created many chances. So that's my feeling about it anyway. Yeah. But we've got to try and win this half. And then we win the game, get 3 points, go for the next game. I said that before, Marcus. We've got to... Oh, yeah, let me just see this. Paul Robinson, who's a bit of a long-term United stander, quite negative about Jose in a constructive way, and he says exact template of last season. There's no change. One shot, no press, no risk. Better players will make no difference with this defensive shape. Our defence is 40 metres from the midfield. I can't necessarily disagree with that with Paul on that.
Can't argue with it.
We're losing 4-0 on corners, says Man United is my city. I like that stat. I'll use that for my match reaction because it just shows that we're not doing much in the final third. And that is the problem. We're not doing much in the final third. So we certainly need to do a little bit better in this second half.
Well, I think that all comes down to having, a young lad up top who's not very physical and relies a lot on his pace. I think if Lukaku's on there, he's going to bring others into play. He can hold the ball up. He can run the channels. He can create space for the others to run into. The only time I've seen anyone bust a gut to get into the box was the flick on the header by Sanchez. I've not seen any runners go past, try to get into that box like he did then, and that's a bit of a shame. But with Lukaku, everyone will be focused on him, and hopefully the runners will get beyond him.
Well, the players are coming out in the second half. Corbin Claypool says, what do you think of Luke Shaw in that half? I did actually answer that for Tyler, but you probably missed it. And we both pretty much said the same thing, that he's not been bad, but there's another left-back on the pitch who's been fantastic, and that's Ben Chilwell for Leicester. So I think Luke Shaw, when you're comparing him to the opposition's left-back, he hasn't had a great game. He's been average. But I think he was average on the US tour as well. I think at some point Luke Shaw is going to have to step forward and, grasp this opportunity. And I certainly think the way things are going, when Ashley Young is match fit, he's just going to walk straight back into that team.
Yeah, definitely. So we kicked off in the second half here now. So Leicester got the ball, kicking from left to right. Ball over the top.
I mean, the positive thing is, as we know, with Jose Mourinho, United are quite good at not conceding goals. So if we do that, we get the 3 points. I think that's the most important thing for tonight's game. Remember, subscribe if you're new, bottom right-hand corner. And let's see if United can get something in this second half. I mean, we started off buzzing. We were buzzing that first 2 minutes. Good quick play, penalty, 1-0. I think we thought we were going to see something. But what we're seeing is a concerned Jose Mourinho on the touchline. And Leicester coming out with the back four again, and no changes from United. Mata's won it there. Here you go. Rashford's got a bit of space here now. What can he do?
See what he can do. Sanchez is getting in there.
Ball.
Rubbish. Yeah, absolute rubbish ball. But again, that was what Rashford did for the last couple of seasons. His end product has not been there, has it?
No. Sam says, what's your thoughts on Lindelof? I think Lindelof and Bailly have been good. But we said it before the start of the game. Lindelof and Bailly need to play every week and they'll get better and better. We need a proper centre-back partnership. Centre-back partnerships build on time. And that's what we need to see. But I think that when Jones is fit, he'll play Jones again. So, that he's got to just go with the same centre-backs and let them learn and play together.
Yeah, he's got to. I mean, Lindelof, he didn't get much of a look in ever since he's been bought. So, I mean, it's the continuity. They've got to, if he's got to trust the players to do the job there. I mean, when people are called upon, he's got to trust them and put them in the team. I mean, it was him, Mourinho, that actually bought the guy. So play him. Stop playing the Jones and the Smallings. Everyone can see they got mistakes in them. Let's see something new, something fresh. Use the guys that you bought.
Sanchez again going for the ridiculously tough pass instead of just keeping the ball. We had it then.
Yeah, there was a ball straight through the middle there. Rashford on the edge of the box. If he'd have looked up, but decided to try and play the tricky one.
Free kick there. I think Pereira's got it on Chilwell.
Yeah,
he's played it on.
Interesting. I wonder if he's going to book him for that. Bit of a late tackle that was, I thought. So Gray's got it down the right hand side. Yeah, Luke Shaw doesn't look very comfortable with Gray one-on-one.
Does or doesn't?
Doesn't.
No.
He doesn't. Great interception there by Fred. But he's lost it. So United, they've got to get hold of the ball there. They've got to dictate the play. They're just sitting back again.
I think James is right. James Bernardo says that Sanchez just can't stop giving the ball away. And this is something I remember Arsenal lads saying to us, that he does give the ball away a lot. Every now and again he'll pull off a pass that's great, but good play between Mata and Fred here. But Mata's just not really got the pace. Rashford, too many touches again.
Yeah.
It's a good bit of pace there from Rashford though.
He's got it. He's still got it.
He's won a corner. Good play. Luke Shaw looks bright, says RJ Bezel.
Fair play, Rashford there. He picked it up round about the halfway line. Just looked forward, run. He did have a couple of looks around him, but nothing was on. Obviously, Mata's not going to keep up with Rashford. So
first corner of the game then. Let's see what we can do. We never score from corners, so let's see if we can start this season off with a bit of a positivity. Mata's on it. Can we beat the first man? Yes. Straight into keeper's arms.
Yeah. Too high. Not enough pace on the ball there. Just seemed to like to stand. Schmeichel's got the ball. He's looking. But again, I mean, Sanchez here on the left-hand side. Why is he not pressing? Where's Morgan there? It's almost as if he's saying, well, look, I'm not going to press. You just pass it. But Luke Shaw in well there. So Leicester coming down our right-hand side again. Everything is coming down Darmian's side. They did it in the first half. It's obviously going to continue through the second half as well. DMU, any subs yet? No, not yet. Happy, we can't cross to create space. Joseph, Sanchez and Rashford are awful. Darwin is too slow, says Frank. I think he is, yeah. He is too slow. Apart from just being a natural right back, Mark, I mean, I don't see anything that Darwin offers.
I would have kept Fauzi Menza. I'm not really sure what we were doing with that, to be honest. But
Sanchez intercepted. He's been pulled back. That's a free kick. Should be the first yellow. Yep. First yellow card of the game. Amati. DMU, we can't play like this if we need to win the league. No, definitely not. It's just don't know what's happened. First 15, 20 minutes was fantastic football, really quick. Now they've just gone back to how we were playing for the last season. Wow, we pressed, says Xavier. Yeah.
Good
Luke
chance
Shaw
here,
again.
Sanchez
Yeah.
into Rashford. He's onside.
He's
Oh,
on.
where are you going?
No,
He's
down a
offside.
blind. Yeah,
He's offside.
blind alley again.
He still should have got the shot off with his left foot.
He should have. Yeah. I mean, again, if he'd have looked up, there was a ball on to Mata. Mata was waiting round about the penalty spot. I mean, yeah, look, he could have pulled it back then. He could have hit with his left. Didn't do neither. Ah, dear. He's just not offering nothing going forward at the minute, Mark.
No.
P.S. Adams has sell Rashford. Nah, no way. Don't sell him. I think at the minute he's a lot better playing behind the number 9. Paul Robinson says Rashford is all fart, no poo. Is Mata playing? Says Ernest. Yep, Mata's playing out on the right hand side. I mean, Freddie, it looks like he's getting a word from the ref.
A lot of people in the live comments talking about Rashford. Fred having a word with the referee there. We're going to have a problem when Vardy comes on, says Jonathan Reddy. Well, Vardy's good on the counter, isn't he? And we are playing very deep.
Very dangerous. We sitting this far back, especially at Old Trafford. It's not going to do nothing for Mourinho's case.
Fred's just gone down there on a late tackle.
Yeah.
Nice ball by Mata into the stride of Sanchez. Got a bit of a space to run into. Decent ball in. No, keeper's got it. Fred's up again, which is good.
Yeah.
Oh God, what's Bay doing there? Darmian got the pace to get back. We did well actually. Well done, Darmian.
Darmian's got it. Yep.
He's giving the free kick anyway.
I think Darmian would have been all right in that bit of play. Lindelof was covering as well.
It's going to be a yellow card here.
Who's that for?
I think it's a Leicester player.
Is that Maddison lad? Or was that... Or did he give it to Fred? I think he's booked Fred.
Not too sure why.
Oh. Well, it was a bit late.
I think he might have booked them both.
Oh.
Matthew Cowan says, how's Pereira doing? I think Pereira's the holding midfielder, He's done okay, but the reality is United haven't created much. Fred has been booked.
Yeah. Ah, dear.
But Wan White's right. I mean, yeah, Fred's been booked, but nice aggression. Good to show that in a United shirt, of course.
Yeah, I see Mourinho just telling him to calm down on the touchline there, and Fred just put his hands up and shook his head. Great switch of the play there from Pereira, straight at Darwin.
Yeah, all three of those midfielders have got the strength to do that. The switch of the play, and accurately, fast doing it as well. But again, yes.
Luke Shaw with a loose ball.
We don't need to be taking risk passes from left back position. I can see him bringing Fellaini on in this game. I don't necessarily see why, but I can see him bringing him on because check United Stand Twitter, new setup for the year, says Casper ID. Check United Stand Twitter, new setup for the year. I don't know how does that work.
Shot. Weak shot by Darmian there. Very weak shot. No problem for Schmeichel at his near post. Abdullah says, I have a feeling Leicester will score soon. They're getting plenty of possession. They are coming forward. Tommy Herald says McFarmer will come on. Carl Watkins shot by the pigeon killer. So United, I mean, apart from the shot there by Darmian, Mark, 10 minutes into the second half, not really done nothing again. Mirror image of what we did towards the end of the first half.
Yeah.
Which is worrying. De Gea.
It's a shame, but I keep saying it, Rome's not going to be built in a day, and I know the crowd were rocking at the start, but I don't think the players are against Jose. I don't. I think they are playing for the club. I think they are playing for the badge, but I have said this numerous times that if Jose Mourinho doesn't change the way we play, it will be the long goodbye, because this style of play just doesn't. It's not coherent with Manchester United, and it's certainly not coherent with being a successful team in the modern game. And he's got to change the way that we play. And we have got a dynamic midfield three here, but we're playing too deep.
We're certainly not utilising what they give us. I mean, Sanchez doing a bit of pressure there, but it's just bypassed him down the left-hand side, and thankfully there, Luke Shaw and Lindelof cleared that up. I mean, Luke Shaw's got a free kick there, surely. No, but Lindelof, great tackle, Lindelof. Full of passion, that one. Right, here we go, break, Pereira. Ball out to Rashford. I mean, look at that, pinpoint pass. Rashford, there we go, look, he's looking around him now, finally. Alexis, tries to play it along the floor to Mata, but it was red. Great interception by Fred, great turn by Pogba, pulled down. Mata, unlucky.
He's not giving it.
No. I'll tell you what, the referee's not really giving United much tonight. There's been a couple of challenges on Pogba that he's let go. Martial on for Sanchez, says Andrew. Fred is really fast and tenacious, says Sammy. And yet Ernest says Sanchez has been awful.
Yeah, I'd put him at a 6 out of 10, which is average. Here we go, they're down the left-hand side. You're giving up too much room, Darmian. You can't do that. 10 metres.
Yeah. He's allowed the
ball in.
Get
tighter. Good ball by Fred. Mata. He's going to come back on his left and pass it back. Yeah.
There we go.
That's better by Fred. Switch of the play.
Great
Space
ball.
for Sanchez. He's missed the pass. There was a pass there.
It, yeah,
Rashford's a million miles off now.
Yeah, no. He was looking for Mata instead. Mata made the second run, but the pass was on for the first run for Rashford.
Marcus Menzel says that the movement of the ball's too slow. Well, Sanchez is staring at the pass there and doesn't play it.
Poor decision making there from Sanchez, but I mean, great vision by Fred. Again, switching the ball out to the left-hand side.
Well, there you got a contrast, haven't you? You've got Mata, who gets it on the break, turns round and passes a 5-yard pass backwards. You've got Fred, who instantly hits a 40-yard pass forwards. And, you've got some space to move into there. And that's the differences between teams like Spurs and Liverpool and City, is they will play the ball forward quickly, whereas we will play it forward slowly.
I mean, there's three people, all three lads in that midfield there have got the ability to hit 40, 50-yard passes straight to your feet. So, there's no reason why Jose. I mean, I think Pereira has done pretty well as the CDM tonight. I don't think he's really put a foot wrong.
My mate's just messaged me and says, he said the F word. He says, the F word, me. This is going to be a long 9 months. Luke Skywalker's laughing at Sanchez. Hannibal Wolf says, the only one who wants this is Fred. Yeah, Pogba has gone a little bit quiet this half, to be fair.
I mean, again, Pereira looking for that ball out to the left-hand side. I mean, he's picking it up. He's spreading the ball really well. Passes have been pretty accurate from the midfield three. Fred again, out to the left. Oh, he was looking for Pogba there. Pogba out-jumped. But United come again with Pereira. I mean, we're getting plenty of possession now, but we're not doing nothing. We're just over the halfway line. Pereira again, fantastic ball out to the right-hand side to Darmian. But again, the ball comes back. Or if anyone spot the run,
Well, we're getting a lot of ball in the midfield, but there's nothing happening in the final third.
No, there's no runners. I mean, Rashford's trying to make the run, but they'll have to get the ball over the top to him, which is pretty pointless because Morgan and Maguire's just going to get it.
They're in here.
This is where,
He's in
yeah,
through the
they're
middle.
in. Iheanacho.
Bay's done well.
Bay, great covering, great covering.
I mean, we are quite lucky that Leicester's forward and Iheanacho isn't that good because Cheeto says the midfield at 3 is very good. Here's Sanchez with a bit of space down the left-hand side. Good cross. Maguire's getting to the ball ahead of Rashford.
Yeah.
That's not about power. That's about reading the game. Rashford's a lot quicker than Maguire, but just doesn't read it.
Rashford just didn't look set for me. As soon as that ball started to come in, he was so slow off the mark there to read that. United now, they're just trying to hit that long ball over the top. Out to the left-hand side, Sanchez miscontrolled, out for a throw.
Yeah.
Such a simple ball to control.
Double substitution for Leicester.
Vardy. So Amati's coming off for Gazelle. And Vardy's coming on for Maddison. Now, be interesting to see how Mourinho reacts to this now, because surely within the next 5 minutes he's got to throw someone on up top that's going to hold the ball up.
Might be your man Marouane.
It could be.
Well, to be honest with you, it wouldn't be a terrible substitution to play him up front because he will battle and hold the ball up. And I think that's what we do. We've got the players who can support the attack. And there's no point having Rashford with his speed against... but he's got no power.
I mean, after the window that we've had, I think thankfully he signed a new contract, to be honest.
Well, yeah, we wouldn't have replaced him, would we?
Yeah.
Matters cross, no. Oh!
No. Last touch by Pogba, wasn't it?
The worrying thing for me is that, there will be Liverpool fans, City fans, Chelsea fans, Arsenal fans sat at home tonight and they'll be thinking this United team doesn't look any different from last season. Sanchez here, lovely ball by Pogba. He ain't got the pace.
No.
He ain't got the pace, but he lays it off. Mata.
Poor shot.
Might have been a corner. Shot. He wants a corner.
Should have been a corner, I think.
That's the best chance we've created of the game.
Yeah, but again, the two players involved, too slow at getting
Sanchez
forward.
Sanchez just ain't got the pace, has he?
No.
Nice layoff, and I think Mata might have been passing that into the bottom corner if we get a shot from behind. Penalty.
It's on.
Yeah. Definitely should be a corner. Didn't even get the corner, did we?
No.
I reckon that was going in.
Yeah, that looked like it was going in the bottom right-hand corner there of the goal.
Good play by Bay, that is.
That was, wasn't it? Fantastic defending there. Strong, solid.
United fans singing for Martial.
I think it needs a bit of excitement now, this game. Bit of flair to it. Direct.
I'm surprised he hasn't made any substitutions, but Jose seems to be quite stubborn about this whole they've only been back training for a few days, but other clubs seem to be more than happy to play him.
This game hasn't turned out the way the first 15-20 minutes started. Definitely not. Leicester, they've really come out second half. Really come out and really going for it now. And Pogba's got it down the left-hand side. 3 players on him. I mean, where can he go? Poor lad. Lukaku's coming on.
Good. This could change the game. Yeah. Good substitution, that.
Yeah. Definitely lacked something up top all game. Just someone with the ability to hold up the ball. I mean, fair play to Rashford. He did what he could, but he's never going to beat Maguire and Morgan. Just isn't strong enough. you want someone who's going to bully the centre backs, and I think Lukaku will be able to do that now. Different problem for him to worry about. Let's have a look. Davy Jones has took him long enough. Well, at least he's finally done it.
Killface Dell says right side is too slow. Flip Mata and Sanchez balance. Yeah, I mean Mata and Darmian. It's you can't fault Leicester for getting at them that side. And Stephen Dillon says we bought Sanchez for creativity and pace. He doesn't look particularly fast to me.
No, he doesn't look. He doesn't look an awful lot faster than Mata tonight.
I agree with Thunderpants. Martial needs to come on, push that Leicester defence back. He'll scare them, Martial. Put him on the left-hand side. It's only 20 minutes to go, though, and you know, we're holding on from a goal in the first 2 minutes.
Do you know what? I know you said there, bring Martial on for the left-hand side, but for me, I'd get Mata off. Get Martial out on the right. That right-hand side is just too slow.
Or put Sanchez out on the right.
Yeah. But will he do it? That's the thing. Will Mourinho do it? You think though that Martial would have to come on, wouldn't you? Sometime throughout this game. Hopefully, it's just not the last 2 to 5 minutes, just to waste time. Come on, De Gea, kick it up there.
A lot of people saying we need Martial in the live comments.
Yeah, totally agree. Francis, Rashford off. Yeah, Rashford is off. Lukaku came on.
When are we playing Brighton? Is it on the telly next Saturday night, or is it Sunday? Or I know we've got a Monday night game coming up as well.
I think we're playing. Is it Saturday?
Somebody will know. Let us know in the live comments when we're playing Brighton.
I'm sure it's Saturday. Glenn says Sanchez doesn't suit this team. Well, to be honest, I don't think many people would suit the team at the minute.
Good play there by Lindelof. Pereira, sorry.
Pereira, yeah, great tackle.
Who's going to book him?
Oh, come on. That was a great tackle. Well, fair play to the lad. 20 minutes ago, he hasn't put a foot wrong for me tonight. He's been very impressive.
Got the ball.
That's a great tackle. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever.
It's not his fault. He goes for the ball and his foot goes over the ball. It's not. It's just unlucky.
Never.
It's one of them, isn't it?
Never. Great, fantastic tackle. That was nothing malicious in that whatsoever. So, another free kick to Leicester. Oh, there's Ed Woodward in the crowd. Hope you're taking note, Ed.
What he knows about football, he could write on the back of a stamp. He's probably saying, what's that?
Yeah.
What's that round thing they're kicking?
Do you reckon he's got his calculator sat there with him?
Yeah. Ernest says that Arsenal fans celebrating on Twitter. I don't know what about. 3 points is 3 points at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Look, a lot of people think, a lot of United fans have said we're not going to change. We're going to be the same as last season. My mate's just messaged me saying it's going to be a long 9 months, but it was a long 9 months last season, and we still finished second. And I know it's not necessarily the football we want to see, but those teams can laugh at us all they like. Laugh at us in May when you're above us. You weren't last season. And yeah, it's not great for us United fans, but we're not going to turn our back on the club, are we? We're going to be critical of the way we play, but this is our club. We've got to back it. You've got to stay loyal to it. You can't start agreeing with Arsenal fans. No way. We back our club, but it has been disappointing. But I think what it shows to me, and I don't know what you think, Marcus, and people at home, is that I changed my mentality probably around February time. There was a few match reactions where I put it on the players, and I changed that a long time ago because there's some good players out there tonight, yet we're still not playing well. It has to be the formation and the tactics because I think Fred, Pogba, and Pereira are good players, but we're dropping off. We're gifting possession. We're not pressing. We're not playing. Making the right movements and making the right runs. It's
I mean, let's not forget it's the first game. No, it's not going to be perfect by any means, but there is definitely room to grow with this. I mean, Sanchez, poor ball there, intercepted. But the positive is the midfield three tonight. I think without any doubt, Pogba, Pereira, and Fred. I think have played fantastically well as a unit. They played great individually. Their passing, the vision has been phenomenal.
great by Pereira again.
Yeah, Pereira there. I mean, Fred, unlucky.
You see a lot of people are on about Fred, but for me, I think Bay's been absolutely fantastic. I really don't think he's put a foot wrong. Been very, very strong at the back. So, and that's nice to be able to say that because we haven't been a great attacking force at all. So, I agree with a lot of people. Mata, Sanchez, not been that good. Rashford wasn't that good. I think the midfield three have been okay. Defensively, Lindelof's been okay. Bay's been fantastic. I just hope we can get the second goal and just kill this game off because it will kill it off. But actually, I think there's a lot of people in the live comments saying that Leicester do deserve a point from it. But if we get the 3 points and we move on, I mean, Fellaini here is warming up.
Yeah.
Partner bus time.
What can you say about him? You know what Fellaini brings to the table. You know why Mourinho uses him. So yeah, it looks like these last 15 minutes he's going to be shutting up shop. But in fairness to Mourinho, there's not been anything created really from United in the second half. Rashford when he was on has not really done anything to create anything. He's not brought people into play. Lukaku, since he's come on, you think we'd be getting the ball up to him, but we're still happy to just pass it in the middle and slow everything down.
Here we go. Pogba.
Yeah, Luke Shaw
poor
left.
pass. See, I don't think Luke Shaw's going to have done... He's not going to have done anything, is he, Luke Shaw, that's going to get him in ahead of Ashley Young next week? No. Let's be honest, he just isn't.
It's... There's not much. I mean, the first 15-20 minutes, like we said, was absolutely fantastic. We were fast, we pressed. Ever since then, it's just gone. It's almost as if a message has been relayed, as if to say, right, okay, we're 1-0 up. That's it. Game over. Let's shut up shop. Don't risk it. But when you can't even play simple 5-yard passes like Luke Shaw there, you're just going to create problems for yourself. I mean, Leicester, they got it out on the right-hand side here. It's looking dangerous. Ball in. Darmian away. And Lindelof away.
Still Leicester.
Yeah, they've still got it. I mean, it's going to be a pretty tense last 15 minutes. They're pumping the balls in.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I know I don't have the audio on, so I don't know how the fans are going to react. Oh, De Gea again.
Yeah.
Another worldie by De Gea.
But a complete and utter balls up by Luke Shaw on the left-hand side. What on earth was he doing? He's controlled the ball. He's looked around. He saw Vardy coming and has just been bundled off the ball. What on earth was that about? See, again, unnecessary. He could have just got rid of that, pumped that into Rose Ed, wherever, hoofed it upfield, let Lukaku chase it, but no. He plays a risk there, thinking he's going to get a free kick.
McTominay! For Pereira! No, for Fred.
Fred. Well, I mean, understandable, I think. Understandable. I mean, it's his first game in English football. He's had a very good 75 minutes, in my opinion. And yeah, he does look a bright spark in United's midfield.
Yeah, I thought he was good.
Very good. I mean, the switch of play was fantastic. Vision, energy. He's not stopped running all night. So fair play to him. He looks the part.
Yeah, what I was about to say is that I'm sure. Well, we've got McTominay on now, who's tall, but I'm sure that we'll see Fellaini coming on at some point as well, because that's the Jose way, isn't it? He will be worried about the high ball into the box. That is no surprise to see Jose do that. The shame is what we've done in the 75 minutes before it. Just not enough as an attacking force, unfortunately.
I mean, a couple of people in the comments here saying, Fred has had a shocker. Not for me. I
It's
think
all about
he's done
opinion.
really well.
But...
Yeah, I think he's done really well. First game in English football. Hicko11 says Fred was poor, but it's his first game.
Shit.
You're right.
I've not been electrocuted yet, but I've just tipped a little load of water.
Tipped a beer over. Oh, all right.
I better. That's not good timing. I'll leave you with it for a minute while I just go and get a Tate out.
Okay, all right. So, got a super chat here from Camillo10, who said, age willing. Let's have a look. Yeah, age caught Alexis Sanchez, mind willing, but body not giving. And we got a contribution here from Julian Ness. Thank you. It says, back in the club sometimes requires not backing the manager. This is not the United way. I would rather finish third or fourth, and I've watched beautiful football than finish second like this. Interesting. What do you guys think in the comments? Would you rather finish third or fourth, playing good football, or finish second, playing bad? So Luke Shaw up for a corner. Oh no, it's McTominay. Sorry, same colour hair. Lukaku is trash, says Callie. What's the time? Because it says 32 minutes. So 32 minutes played in the second half. So we got, 12 minutes left. No, Leicester haven't equalised. It's still 1-0. Sitting on a 1-0 lead is poor, says Matteo. I think it is as well. We need the second goal. Rather finish fourth, first, Mohamed, second. Fourth playing good. Second, third, fourth. Oh, actually missed the one-on-one. I did see it, but I was reading the super chat, Luna. Thanks, though. By the time I thought I'd say something about it, it's all gone, isn't it? So
I'm still alive, and United are still winning 1-0.
Yeah. Lukaku missed the set. Yeah, I did. Yeah, that was the one-on-one chance, wasn't it? So Mark probably didn't see that.
No, I didn't. Was it a good chance?
Yeah, it was a chance. It was one-on-one, but Schmeichel saved it. Lukaku again on his left foot went for the bottom right-hand side of the goal. Schmeichel got his hands to it and went out for a corner. So Son Goku with a super chat, thank you. It says, same style, another boring season, so fed up. I think you got a point there. I think this second half has been really bad. Really bad. Ball in by Leicester. Sanchez lets it go out for a throw. So 10 minutes left. How did Lukaku miss that? Don't know.
Fellaini's coming on.
Yep. So Mourinho with his hands there is sort of like directing just long ball. Oh dear.
Well, we're only going to give up possession now, aren't we? Because McTominay's not dynamic.
Yeah. Interesting night. See who he's going to come off for.
Pogba, I would have thought, because Pogba's only been training for 3 days.
Well, this will be last change, is it? This one? So we've had Lukaku, McTominay.
Yeah.
Last change.
I mean, I haven't got the audio on, so if anybody's in the live comments, let us know what the sort of crowd noise is. I've had another super chat here from Julian Ness. Back in the club sometimes requires not back in the manager. This is not the United way. I would rather finish third or fourth and have watched beautiful football than finish second like this. But it's 9 months, mate, isn't it? That's the problem. I think people are being positive because they don't want to spend 9 months of their lives, wanting things to go wrong. I mean, they may go wrong of their own accord, but I choose to hope. I've always said this, I choose to hope until there is no hope. And at the end of the day, we're 10 minutes away from 3 points. And, Leicester have been the better footballing side. I've got to be honest with you. I'd rather watch Leicester than United. But we're 9 minutes away from a decent a decent 3 points. I mean, it's not, I say a decent three. We're 9 minutes away from 3 points.
Ball in, Morgan away. Pogba's picked it up outside the box. Trying to shake whoever that is, pulling at him. But again, out to the right-hand side. I mean... poor ball. Oh, he's got it back. I mean, ref, how he's not pulled that up, I don't know. Pogba blatantly tripped there. Matto's looking for Luke Shaw on the left.
He scores! 2-0! Luke scores! Luke scores! Luke Shaw's! I don't think he's ever scored a goal in his life. He's never scored a goal in his life. He never scored a goal in his life. But he scored a goal for Manchester United. It's 2-0. And as I was just saying there, it is about the 3 points. Jose Mourinho's happy. He's going to his coaches. Look, it wasn't great from United tonight, but it was 3 points from United tonight. And that is what matters. Luke Shaw. Boom! What gives you thoughts on that, Marcus?
Fair play to the lad. We had a slight dig at him. He's been okay, throughout the whole game. But the most unlikeliest of scorers for the second goal. I'm really pleased for him because Mourinho now must be looking at that thinking, okay, I've got a left back here who's willing to get forward and can score as well. He had a chance in the first half where he got into the box with a bit of a tame shot, but I mean, fantastic for Luke Shaw. Confidence, he's really got a point to prove, and hopefully that does him the world of good.
He's got 3 points to prove there because he's won his bloody game. And you know what? I don't think Luke Shaw's been great tonight, but what he does give is a goal that Ashley Young can't score there, and this is why you need a left-footed left back because he gives balance to that side. So. Really, really good. Fellaini comes on for Pogba. We will, I can deal with parking the bus when it's 2-0. No issues with that. But, look, it really is about getting the 3 points tonight. And, it's... Does it... I mean, I suppose... Does it paper the cracks? Maybe. But... It's gonna cause some meltdown with our rivals, which is always a nice thing. And it gives us 3 points, which is what it was all about, really. Tonight, it is the first game of the season, and we'll go to the next game and hope that we see something better. I mean, it's 3 points. It's 3 points.
Yeah, I mean, 3 points. I mean, we know as the season progresses, the performances will hopefully, in theory, get better. But yeah, I mean, it's 3 points on the board. Come the end of the game, we lead the way. Let's see what the rest can do over the weekend. Let's see how they perform, and go from there. But I mean, Luke Shaw, he's not had the best of games. He didn't have the best of pre-season in terms of performances. He's got a point to prove. There's a place up for grabs here. So. Hopefully, I mean, judging by Mourinho's reaction there, he thoroughly enjoyed that goal. So hopefully he's doing of him what Mourinho is asking him to do now.
Well, I've always said about Luke Shaw, it took a worldie by De Gea from a mistake by Shaw, but. It's a bit like Lindelof and Bay, isn't it? He needs to play week in, week out. That's what he needs to do to grow confidence, to match fitness and all that stuff. You can't just throw him in every now and again.
Yeah, I mean, he needs a consistent run of games.
Yeah, definitely.
He's got a fantastic opportunity here, what with Ashley Young only just reporting back on Monday or Tuesday, whenever it was.
Yeah.
So, he's got the chance. He has got the chance. And, it's down to him. No matter how much us as fans want him in ahead of Ashley Young, it's down to this lad to prove to Mourinho that he's up for the job. And hopefully the penny's dropped on him now. He's got the chance now. His injury is behind him. That can't factor into his mind. And De Gea, poor kick out there.
Leicester still pushing.
De Gea with a very poor kick out. Lindelof get across. Great. That's out. That's a goal kick. Should be. Yeah.
Still 5 minutes to go. Luke Shaw will be buzzing off that. I think I've got a funny feeling that's one of his first goals he's ever scored. Cameron Gray still believes Sanchez will have a better season than last, but he needs to wake up. Also, if Jose gets the boot, then we can just get Zidane, right? Jose's pumped. We've also had these Red Devils will work out the opposition, says Thunderpants. Shaw is playing very good, says Hamed Rahman. Well, look, let's all be careful about that. If Luke Shaw hadn't scored that goal, I think people would have said he had a below par performance. Goals can change games, and they've certainly changed it in this one. It's meant that we've had a comfortable last few minutes. But the doubters are still going to doubt. The hopers are still going to hope. It's as simple as that, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was saying just before that goal, the reality is I want the 3 points. I know it's not been great, but I want the 3 points. I mean, Luke Shaw's goal, I think realistically, is probably one of 3 chances we've had in the game. Good chances. So that's not enough at home. But we've got 2 goals. So and Leicester have got none.
Marouane doing a good job there, getting it out of the box. That's what he's been brought on for.
I personally would have liked to have seen Martial coming on for Sanchez. We might get a third here.
Yeah,
this is what happened last season though.
Here we go.
We're poor at 1-0 and then you hurt teams on the break.
Mata ball in. No one's at the back. No one's at the back. Poor ball by Mata. I think maybe he was expecting a run of Sanchez there around the back, but didn't materialise. But great ball from Sanchez from the left-hand side out to the right to Mata. It's got to be a good 40, 45-yard ball. Ball in, Mata. He's even looking up there, seeing who's coming. But, so Joanne White says Mata's been poor so far. I think he's been average. He's not set the world alight tonight, but I think you can say that for quite a few players in here tonight. Bit of rust.
I hope De Gea gets a clean sheet because I think he's deserved it. He's pulled off a good couple of saves tonight. And look, 3 points down. We've got 3 points. There's a lot of empty seats at Old Trafford, but that's because it's game over. Leicester aren't going to get back now. But I think that's what I'll be saying about it. 3 massive points.
Yeah, I think that's all. I mean, first game of the season, that's all that really matters. I think get the 3 points on the board. We play again next Saturday, I think it is, and we go again. That's all Mourinho can do. He's already said it's the same team as last season. What can you expect from it?
And if we're going to play better football, it's going to take time to do that. That is absolutely inevitable. That it will take time for that to happen. If Mourinho changes his ways, it's not just going to happen overnight. It's going to take a good, probably 5 to 10 games for us to see the change in the style of play. But the early signs were there. The first 15, 20 minutes were really good from United. Really good. So we're playing on Sunday. So that's I know Mourinho was moaning about Friday night football, but we've now got a 9-day break. And then we've got an 8-day break after that because we play Monday night football against Spurs. So, he might. Oh, here we go. What a miss. What a miss by Vardy. Well, he could have set up a barnstorming finish with 3 minutes left because that was a cracking chance there for Leicester. I don't know who you'd blame there. You'd probably blame, Lindelof and Bay. Bay sort of gets stuck between 2 players because Somebody's not marking somebody and he shins it over the bar. It was a good chance.
But he should have got a bit closer there for me. He should have been more aware of Vardy peeling off the back of him. But 4 minutes added on, and we're in the 91st. So 3 minutes left.
Thanks everyone who's joined us tonight. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're live every night at 8 o'clock. I've got my match reaction after this. We've also got fan cams coming up, which I nearly said Flex will be doing. Imagine that. Fred, he's not only is he running the midfield for United, he's now doing the fan cams. But yeah, he'll be doing that. It'll be interesting to see what the fans have got to say. I know a few of them will probably have some things to say about the transfer. Who would be? I've got my man of the match already made up. Not made up. Mind made up. Who would yours be?
Do you know, I reckon, right, as an assumption, I think you might go with Bailey. So I'm going to go for the other centre-back. I'm going to go for Lindelof. I think he hasn't really put...
Oh, they've got a goal.
They got a goal. Is Bailey watching? What happened there? What happened? Ball came in from the left-hand side.
But it's just right after...
Yeah. I mean, Vardy's in front of him.
It's just, to be fair, I think it's just reaction, isn't it? I think Bailly does quite well on the first cross, and then it's just lucky. It's a lucky goal. I don't know whether Luke Shaw could have done a little bit better there, but this is it, isn't it? You know, we're all happy saying what a great result, and suddenly, if this ended up 2-2, you'd be like, we're rubbish.
Yeah, how did we go wrong? But we've still got just over a minute left.
Squeaky bum time here for United. 2-1, a minute and a half left to go. We're camped in our own half. Stephen Dillon, I can see the super chats, but I'll whiz through some now.
Play by Lindelof.
Greg says, thoughts on Martial not playing? I would have brought him on for Sanchez, but you can't make loads of subs, can you? Goal kick here. If we'd lost 2-0, it would have been a meltdown. We win 2-0, not good enough. Let's be happy with our win. We need to be positive. The players can feed off positivity. Yeah, I don't think Jose Mourinho looks very happy. I think we're going to see it out now, which is the main thing.
I mean, the goal, like you said, it came off the post. You know, De Gea, you could have said he could have caught it. You know, there was a bounce in front of him. He could have gone for it. Bay to sort of like bit of indecisiveness between the both of them, between goalie and centre back. None of them really took charge of the ball coming in. But I think for me, for man of the match, for me, I think is Lindelof. I don't think he's put a foot wrong, to be fair. I think he's done really well. He's got a good partnership with Bailly.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
Yep.
Right, well, what normally happens is I'll finish... Oh, no, we have got a corner here.
Yeah, it's corners. I
was going to say, we're into the last minute here, but as soon as this ends, we'll end the stream and then we'll go to my match reaction, unless something happens here. So thanks to Marcus for coming on.
No worries.
But it's a corner. I thought it was a goal kick. So let's see what happens here. They've got everybody up.
Everyone's
They're good
up there,
in the air. This is where Fellaini and McTominay in their Quan.
Yeah. So it's going to be an outswinger by the looks of it.
Got that away.
Yeah.
Oh, just wide from Leicester.
Oh.
He's blown up.
That's it.
2-1.
2-1.
Well, I'll have my say in a minute, but thanks for coming on, Marcus.
Yeah. No worries. Pleasure as always, mate. Thanks for everyone in the comments. Great show. And speak to you all soon.
Cheers, pal. I'll speak to you soon, mate. Thanks everyone for watching, but I will be live in 30 seconds time anyway. The link is in the video description, or you can go through the homepage. Match reaction to Manchester United 2-1 against Leicester, opening game of the season. I'm sure we'll be joined by a few Liverpool, City, well, they ain't got any fans, Arsenal, Chelsea fans, but yeah, join me over there. Link in the video description. I'll be giving you my thoughts, and we're obviously going to get the fan cams up in a little bit as well. But I'm going to give you my match reaction now. I'll see you over there in about 30 seconds time. Give us your thoughts. Get into the live comments and I'll read some of them out as well.